We're live. Yeah, welcome back to Hardmode. This is episode 25, so actually episode 5 since we last left off. Yeah, we're not caring about the update. We won't be worrying about that. But yeah, where we left off with the last episode, 24, we left off in about the middle of Ghost World, about halfway done with Yoko's questline. I think we actually need ghosts in main hub, so ignore the amount of time we're about to waste right now, just hopping between worlds to show off what we're currently doing. Hopefully the stream is actually functioning correctly. It looks like audio is fine. Yeah, okay, it looks like stream is running right. Yeah. Hello, people in chat. Okay, yeah, stuff should be working properly. But yeah, we will be going ahead and continuing in Ghost World with Ghost Hunter Yoko, Associate Riley, and also potentially moving on to Jax. We aren't going to get all the way through Jax today. We should have... Actually, I don't even know if we'll touch Associate Riley. I think our current quest is kind of a little bit weird. Yeah, I love 1 FPS on Ghost Simulator. Alright, whatever. Doesn't matter. But yeah, we are going to go ahead and continue with this quest for Yoko. The big one is going to be, we're going to have to do 5 more bosses for quest number 17. And then, other than that, like, this is really the only difficult quest. I'm in the world with the lag right now. It's like I'm running on a potato. Like, it started off super smooth, but, man. Hello. Yeah, this is why I need to restart my computer before I do streams. So, you know, for anyone who doesn't know, restarting a computer is actually something useful in tech. You see it as a meme a lot, like, oh yeah, just go restart it. And it's like, what is restarting going to do? It actually closes like a lot of old programs and allows them to reopen a fresh start, which, you know, doesn't sound like, wait, shouldn't the software just always work fine? No, every once in a while something breaks somewhere, and with how computers work, with how much moving parts they have, instead of like fixing it when it breaks, they just move on and do something else, which ends up making the thing work, but it also makes it a little bit more expensive to run, but whatever. I'm getting a full 0.035 FPS. Yeah, I know, isn't that great? But yeah. That being said, I think we should go ahead and hop over to a private server. I know we've literally swapped servers 4 times already at the start of the stream. Just ignore me. I haven't thought through exactly what I'm doing quite yet for today. But yeah, once we're done with this, it's going to be mainly find items, a few collect items, I think. And then it should be able to just go ahead and do the bosses. Have I seen the picture? I probably saw the picture, and I probably ignored it. I check my channels. I don't respond to everything though, so unless you sent it in like the last 3 minutes, then I probably saw it. Hello, Chunkcraft Win. I might do a stream or maybe record video Tuesday or Wednesday. We'll see. I've been kind of busy with other stuff, so yeah. Trying to determine when to do that is kind of interesting. How are you? Hi. I'm actually right now. Like, my nerves are way up high. I was noticing it before I started the stream that like, it's not a bad thing, but like, I'm. How to say it other than to say nerves or whatever, nervous or excited, I guess. Anyways, it's probably a bad idea, and I probably need to calm down a little bit, but it's good for now. But yeah, for now we're going to be going ahead and just making more progress on this hard mode account. Hopefully this hard mode account lasts a while longer. I know you guys, I know it's not like the most popular, actually it's probably the most popular video series I've ever had. But I know it's not like insanely popular for like, I saw a comment on some video at one point where it was like, hey, can you make content on Ghost Simulator other than hard mode? And I'm like, yeah, I understand that sentiment. I haven't really made a good Ghost Simulator video in a really long time. I've been hopping around public servers for a little bit in the past little while. Yeah, right now I'm in a private server, so I can go ahead and grab these ghosts easier. But yeah, because I've been hopping around in public servers, and like, people recognize me for whatever, or because of my videos and whatever. And it's like all the main things are like, oh yeah, your classified videos from like 2-3 years ago now. And it's like, oh yeah, I made some decent guide videos for Ghost Simulator, and I haven't in the last little bit. And I kind of want to start back into that. Like, you know, I quite like that informational type videos. I'm struggling to come up with ideas for it. Like, good videos. One of the ones that could be interesting is going ahead and speedrunning a rebirth and then making a video explaining like what the stuff I'm doing, why that's the path, how to get fast time, stuff like that. But like, the thing about that is like, that's I'm not a very fast, I'm not the fastest rebirth speedrunner, so I can't really go into like every single strategy because I don't know every single strategy for going through the game as fast as possible. But yeah, also a lot of eyes watching. New stuff going on. Even without the developer role, it's kind of funny how many people recognize me. Hello, Solo. But yeah, I think I should have enough time for YouTube on top of all that. My schedule right now, it was super, literally had nothing going on before, so right now with more stuff, I should still be able to easily manage everything. So yeah, don't expect too much drop in like Ghost Sim or videos or anything like that. Should still be able to do all those. The only exception is now I do have a little bit of a higher priority than YouTube videos. So if it does come down to it, I may have to end up delaying or canceling some video or stream plans due to other priorities. But other than that, it should be fine. I should still be able to do this one stream a week thing that I've been going on for a while with either hard mode or when hard mode ends or I get real tired of it, switching over to something like Minecraft or other Ghost Sim type videos. And I should also be able to go ahead and this year I was planning on doing one video a week, every week. I should be able to continue that for a while too. My idea is doing on off weeks and non-update weeks, go ahead and dropping a like miscellaneous videos, something Minecraft, Ghost Simulator guides, Ghost Simulator trivia or whatever, smaller-ish video, and then on update weeks, going ahead and dropping a Ghost Simulator update video explaining the update, going over everything included in it, and seeing what people's reactions to the update are, just so I can keep kind of an eye on what the community thinks, because it's probably a good idea. Seeing like, oh yeah, I released this new feature, everyone dislikes it because of this one specific thing. Maybe I should go change that specific thing or whatever. Giving people a more public way to go ahead and share their opinions on it. Because honestly, the Discord is great and all for communications. It doesn't have as wide of a reach as YouTube videos. Like on my YouTube videos, I see so many new people that on Discord, it's the same people that you've seen over and over again, which means that the ideas that you get is a lot more limited. They have good ideas, and sometimes because of their knowledge of the game, they're able to share like really good ideas. But with new people, you're able to see new people like, hey, I really like this update. This update got me back into the game because of this new feature. Or stuff like, hey, I'm struggling on this. Why wasn't this addressed in this update? And it's like, oh, yeah, I can go do that. Doing Blaze right now, bruh. Oh, Blaze is such a... Like, Agent Blaze is... I know people complain about how annoying he is. I like his questline, which... I love the structure of it, having to go back through the nostalgia of playing the game the first time. I do think it is a bit long. I think there could be some tidying up there. But I like the core aspects of it, of going through the whole early part of the game to go ahead and get all that stuff. I do wish a lot more of the quest functioned like the items, where you could like pre-complete it or whatever. But yeah. Hello. I do sometimes forget not everyone uses Discord. Yeah. It is definitely, actually, one of the things I've been asked is how much do people reach out on Wiki? And the thing about that is, like, not actually that many people use the Wiki to talk about, like, oh, potential game update ideas, or how they like the update, or stuff like that, ask questions. But it does happen. But yeah, YouTube definitely fits a lot more there. Hello, Ice Chair. Hello, Memes. Hello, Jesse. 43 quests before rebirthing. Oh, okay, my opinion on rebirths for the longest time has been that they're too fast. Especially like Subsequent. I think your first rebirth is too slow. But after that, I feel like people go through the game way too fast. So I almost feel like, you know, Agent Blaze needs to be longer. Not specifically Agent Blaze, but just like the rebirth process in general. But yeah, I think definitely it's really bad if you have slow Wi-Fi. I've seen that complaint, and I understand if you're taking a minute, 2 minutes to load into a server, it is going to be unbearable to do a rebirth. That being said, I don't have that problem, so I'm going to be kind of biased on how much of a problem that actually is. What's the best way to complete Blaze fast? Do it in public servers. When you join a public server, since the server's already created, the like game doesn't have to go generate the server, all that information. It's already there. So it's actually a lot faster to join servers, and since you're doing a lot of server hopping, it's so much faster just be in a public server to go ahead and do Agent Blaze. But yeah, it's going to take a while. Half the idea of that quest is that it would be a nostalgia trip for players to go through the all the game that they already experienced. So yeah, it's going to be a grind. But publics for the server hopping, collect the items in advance so you can instant complete this quest, so you don't have to server hop as much. That's kind of something to do in advance. I mean, if you've already started Agent Blaze, it's kind of too late. Do Yoko first. You'll need to do Yoko to complete one of his quests that requires Luna's Key. So if you haven't done Yoko and you've started into doing Agent Blaze, go do your Yoko. But yeah. What's the best NPC at the moment, in your opinion? Okay, I'm a bit biased. I really like the Adam questline right at the start of the game. it is a bit long, I think, for new players, but the hoverboard is such a good idea in a game like this. It makes you move around faster. It feels so clean. Like, you forget how to play without the hoverboard after so long. It just feels like such an integral part of the game. In addition to that, I do like the idea of the hot gum hotkey. I think that's I might be a bit biased because that was my perk idea. But since it was like the first permanent perk and it fit it really nicely. What else? What other quest lines do I really like? Riley's questline for the extra mobility of that jetpack is cool too. And honestly, Backdoor in general is just really nice for questlines. With them all being cookie cutter, they're actually relatively easy. But yeah. Adam, Riley, Gran, trying to think of any other quest lines I really like. Not much other than that, honestly. Alright, let's go ahead and head back over to Yoko. I'm doing it Blaze right now. It's such a pain. I have 12 rebirths and it's still hard. Yeah. Actually, 12 rebirths is actually pretty insane. I sometimes forget that not that many people playing this game have more than one rebirth. Like, I would say the majority of people are obviously at 0 rebirths. And then a lot of random miscellaneous people have 1 rebirth. But since everyone you see always has like insane rebirth numbers because they play a lot, like 24 or 100 or 230, I think is that person with the most at this point. I tend to forget like just how difficult how hard it is for players to actually even get to their like second or third one. I'm going to be I'm going to try to not be try not to set it up too much for like my ideas for Ghost Simulator. I came to a realization and someone reminded me that I probably shouldn't set expectations too high for what I'm going to change. So I should be like, oh yeah, 20,000 ideas for how to improve Ghost Simulator. And in reality, I can only add like 1 a week or whatever. I probably shouldn't be talking too much. But the biggest thing I'm planning on altering as a dev, I've said this before, I think this is the biggest problem with Ghost Simulator, is fixing the main hub experience. I plan on doing this as quick as possible. I don't know when this will be out. I'd imagine probably around 4 months it'll be complete. Tentatively, I might be able to push it out faster. It might take a little bit longer. A lot of stuff with development will be me figuring out what my pace is for updates, making sure I don't like overwork myself or like overschedule myself. But yeah, rebalancing the game, making it so it's easier to get like the hoverboard, get magnet, get all these starter perks that people take for granted at the end of the game. That new players just they struggle to get through those quest lines. Like, I struggle getting through those quest lines on this count. I know what the experience is like. But yeah, that would be the plan. I kind of want to rework some of the pet stat system, but I've been thinking a lot about that one, and I realized that is probably not actually going to happen. It's like way too big of a dream to like realistically set myself to fix the stat system in the game. But yeah. When is the next event? Most likely next event is going to be Easter. Yeah, next event is going to be Easter. No question about it. We aren't getting anything sooner than that, and I don't think it's going to be planned to skip Easter this year. I mean, I don't really know anything beyond, like, what I'm doing tomorrow in the game. So, right now I'm new to development. I have nothing planned out. So me saying what I'm going to do is you guys should take this with a pinch of salt. Lots of ideas, not enough practice. I should be keeping my mouth shut about most of this stuff. But yeah, Easter should be the next event. That I can say as a non-developer too. So don't worry too much about that. Does Rem Zone loot get adjusted? Is it lower gem drop rates or more items at a time? It is the same drop rates as Backdoor, but it is a lower frequency. This is, I would guess, is done to make it a more difficult area. I don't know exactly why it is that way, but it is. It does make it a grindier to get through, which is kind of good for that far into the game. Like, honestly, the game's, even with that, it feels too easy for people like me. But yeah. What's the hardest quest for you in the whole game? The quest I find the most difficult is Shelly, I think. Shelly or Jax, or maybe Shelly, Jax? Yeah, Shelly or Jax. They're the most imbalanced, honestly. And I mean, only one of them actually matters. Like, it doesn't really matter how difficult Jax is. No one's going to do her if they don't care. But yeah. Yeah, no, I'm going to be trying my best to not burn myself out like that Deadpool. The idea is to give small updates every other week, like Ghost Simulator's been doing, and slowly improve the game, and not have a huge pain points. That being said, Oh, I'm not on my main account. I was like trying to figure out why I have no good pet team set up. Like where's my 6 pets or whatever? I'm on an alternate account. Oh, I'm actually doing Yoko on my or not Yoko. What am I doing on my main account? I was doing Fern, which also has leveling up quest lines. But yeah. Cheshire exists and she wants you to get thousands of energy shards just for the sound of a lightning strike. Item collection is easy. Even on this account, it didn't take me any more than like an hour or 2 to complete Cheshire. And as I'm not considering the quest before you get into an NPC as part of their quests, she doesn't get nerfed because of that. But yeah, no, honestly, item collection is not a bad one. Is Shelly permanent? Currently, Shelly is permanent. I'll let you guys know when that's changing. But for right now, she is permanent. Yes, that's going to be a big thing about the video I upload every update. I want to make an update video for every update. See what the community thinks about the updates. Provide a public forum-ish for people to send comments on it. In the Discord, as said before, you get a very limited selection of people commenting. There's so many unverified people that like see everything that's going on and play the game, but just aren't able to say anything about it. But yeah, no, honestly, the fact that Shelly's permanent doesn't make me like her better. It does make it a lot less of a pain to do, but I honestly, okay, as a dev, I probably shouldn't say. I'm trying to figure out where a good balance on like how to phrase it when I feel a certain way about a quest, but without in a way that makes you guys think I'm going to be adding it in the near future. Without like explicitly stating the disclaimer, hey, this isn't planned feature yet. It might not be added to the game for another 6 months, if ever, sort of deal. because yeah, saying stuff like that. Yeah, I'm just not going to say anything then. Yeah, Shelly's currently permanent. Bovin is finally done. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, getting the permanent quest lines, Bovin, Joven, Shelly now, all those done is actually a really nice feeling. Like, especially when it's a difficult one like the Dylans or Joven slash Bovin with the unboxing indexes. It can take such a long time to actually complete your index for those that once you do it, it feels super nice. And with it being permanent, it isn't like something where it's like, oh yeah, I can do this next time too, and the time after that, and it's where it feels useless after you start rebirthing. But with permanent ones, it's like, oh yeah, I can keep this. I no longer need to do this really hard quest line. It's all done. What are all the permanent quest lines? There's actually currently 24 permanent quest lines. I know I went over this number in I think the last hard mode stream. But it is Ewa, Gramps, Gran, Michaela, Reed, Archie. All those are the ones in main hub. I believe those are it in main hub. Oh, and I carry in main hub. In Ghost World, we have Cheshire, Associate Riley, and Shelly currently. Let me go through quickly. I think that is all of them. For Backdoor, we have Juliana, which I always forget about. Oh, there's also Nixie in Ghost World. That's another one I forget about. But yeah, Juliana, Bovin, is that it? Yeah, that might be it for Backdoor. Is there only 2 permanent NPCs in Backdoor? Am I forgetting any in Backdoor? No, I'm not. Okay. I thought Associate Riley was a waste of time, but she gives pretty good lore. Yeah. Lore is interesting in the fact that, like, most people don't care about it, but if you do care about it, like, there are some people that I see that are like, oh yeah, I love the lore, and like, that is a big part of Ghost Simulator, where it's like, yeah, okay, we kind of need to keep that. It's kind of important. Anyways, Blockfight HQ, there's none. Void, there's none. And then everything in Remnant World's permanent. So, yeah, that should be all the quests that are permanent. It's like 6 in main hub, 3, 4 in Ghost World, 2 in Backdoor, and all the ones in Remnant World. I only read it because my friend forced me to. Yeah, I honestly don't read too much of the lore. Actually, right now the only the biggest thing I'm up to date on lore is because that's part of like how Ghost Simulator is going to work. So I should know the lore of the game, being a developer of it. But yeah. Oh, what's Riley's flash drive for once you do her quest line? That's an item that we'll need later, probably for unlocking some certain biome or unlocking an antenna level or something. I don't know if they'll actually keep it. Like, in the past, they had a Fern's quest line was required to go ahead and do Gatekeeper's quest line. They had a very important item in the end of Fern's quest line that looked very similar to how it works in Associate Riley's questline, where you just get given this random item that you have no idea what to do with it, and then for Gatekeeper's quest, he requires you to go ahead and use that item, give it to him to go ahead and move on his quest. They had that, but then they realized that that quest dependency was a bad idea, so they went ahead and removed it. So it might be a similar case to that with the Riley's remnant drive or whatever, that might end up being removed later. We'll see. But yeah, right now it does nothing. So yeah, good on you for having it. You're a dev now? Yes. Yeah, I got hired as a dev as the program being developer for Ghost Simulator. I have been here a total of less than 2 whole days, so I don't feel like a dev yet, but yes. I joined because of the memes. Yeah, it's okay. Being a developer, I'd probably say way too much for being a developer, honestly. We'll see. For Fern, you need to get the tablet. Yeah, you need to get the Luna's key. You need to have Luna's key to unlock the area to do Fern. I think that's a fine trade-off, like, but it created this really weird requirements chain where you had to do Fern to get to Gatekeeper, and to get to Fern you had to do Yoko. So it was like a triple quest requirement, and the way it stacked was just super super confusing. Honestly, it's still super confusing because we have this oh yeah, how do I upgrade my antenna next? Because this is like your main progression point as a new player. Data link. Where do I get data link? But yeah, honestly, it's better this way. I think removing that. At first I was like, hey, that's a really bad. I think there should be this requirement. That was like before rebirths were added and whatever. I was like, hey, new players are skipping straight through there, and it's like kind of you want players to slow down there. But yeah, now that it's not like the end of the game, it's not 2019 anymore or whatever, I think it's fine to have that dependency. Do you have any advice on how to do Remnant Zone? Use Glitchy Loot Gun. You can grind Glitchy Loot Gun Glitchy Loot Gun easily in the last 4 areas of Backdoor. Go ahead and get the Void set, and then go ahead and grind as many high health ghosts as you can in there. It's a pretty simple strategy, and you'll be able to always make Glitchy Loot Gun profit, or you make Glitchy Loot Gun profit on average. Like, it's like, I think you double it or something, so every time you use one you'll get 2 without anything, and then if you have double drops, good pets and whatever, you can be up to like 3 or 4x profit, or 5, 6x profit, where you get like 10, actually you can get up to like 10 per, but yeah, you can go ahead and do that, get a lot of Glitchy Loot Gun. This will probably take around an hour to go ahead and get something like 60, 70 Glitchy Loot Gun. And then you can go ahead and use that Glitchy Loot Gun to really speed up your progress through Remnant Zone, since a lot of it is that item-based progression. But yeah, Void set, that is the set that you get from the Void, that you buy with the crown keys. So, you know, the Void shop, buying the Void pack, Void vacuum. I don't know if it's called the Void set, that's just what I call it. Might be called the crown set or whatever. You know, whatever people want to call it. But yeah, that is actually a really good boost to like your grinding in Backdoor specifically, because easy to get, doesn't depend on having good stat pets to be able to get currency to upgrade your vacuum and pack, and is a lot better, allowing you to go ahead and like disrupt like a full 2 minutes of ghosts without having to recharge. So it's actually a really good trade-off getting that thing. But yeah. Okay, I thought I had a rebirth again. Yeah, no, it's a really easy get. You do boss mode 2 times, like 7-8 minutes of grinding, and you're basically max for grinding in Backdoor or Ghost World or Main Hub. All right, bye. Remember me on the Riley stream? Not really. I am really bad when it comes to remembering names. I'm fairly sure everyone that's came to my stream, when they ask, hey, do you remember me? I have forgotten them. I think even Deadpool probably had that. But anyways, no, I'm really bad, but yeah, I do appreciate people coming out to all this stuff. But, still working on the Blaze quest, but I'm terrible at finding people to help with the dev boss. Any tips? Unless you're really laggy to the point where you're like unable to dodge attacks, like the boss where all the attacks like glitch together or whatever on the boss, it's going to be better to solo that boss, to get into a private server and go into a Bloxbite HQ server. Oh, we're in a public server, so we want to go into... We're in a private server still, we want to go into public. But yeah, going into a private server and doing it solo is going to be better in most cases. The one exception is if you're on a really laggy device where you literally can't do it yourself. Then having someone that's actually good at the game come and help can be a nice thing. But yeah, it's kind of hard to find people willing to help with that stuff. So good luck. Do I remember you, Deadbolt? What? No, who are you? I've never seen you before in my life. Oh, yeah, yep. Yeah, at some point early on asked if you remember me. Yeah, guys, my memory when it comes to names and profile pictures is horrendous. I mean, if you just say hi once, it's unlikely that I remember you. If you stay and talk a little bit, I might be able to remember you a little bit better. And me remembering you is not always a good idea. Like, if you're like annoying in my chat, I might remember you more, and that might not be a good thing. Or if you think you're slightly annoying, then you can probably take it as a little bit of a relievance. Or you think you were slightly annoying. You can take it as a little bit of relievance that most likely I will actually forget you if you weren't that bad. But yeah. My computer, when I go into Bloxbite HQ, goes from like 45 FPS to 5 to 10 FPS, so I have trouble with it. Oh, that's brutal. Yeah, there's something in that fight that's just a mess for whatever reason. And even though I'm the developer now, I'm going to say this: I'm not an optimization. I don't know how to do that in Roblox. I can try. I can definitely go figure out how to optimize and try my best to try to figure out what's causing any lag issues in the game and fix them. But there's not... I literally can't make any promises on the optimization of the game. It might get worse. It might get better. We'll have to see. But yeah. You do remember me? Yes, you've showed up a few times. I know you're in my Discord, and I know you've talked in my Discord. I can't remember, because you have a different username in Discord than you have in here, I'm fairly sure. I think you've told me what it is, and I don't remember it. But yeah, I'm fairly sure you've said it. I've talked to you quite a bit. I talked a lot in Riley's stream, like a lot of friendly chat. Yeah, okay. I mean, it'll help if you talk a lot, but... You know, yeah, I'm pretty awful with the names. I should be better, but Pug, I'm Pug. Yeah, I was thinking that. I just didn't want to say it because like sometimes I'm like, hey, yeah, you're that person. They're like, no, I'm this person. It's worse than if I just don't really remember. But no. I had struggles with the chunk craft. You don't remember me? Yeah, I think I do. There's like 6 people I've tried joining chunk craft. It's actually kind of cool. I'm glad that you guys like the idea as much as me. Like when I made the first video, like when it first came out, it was like, oh, no one's watching it. And then like 6 people wanted to join it all of a sudden. It's like, oh yeah, okay. This is going to be a decent video-ish idea. I just, you know, need to find time to actually make content for it. Where can I find your Discord, by the way? It's technically in the comments of every single video I upload. But yeah. Yeah, honestly, when I first find stuff like, you know, YouTubers, games on Roblox or whatever, I know that myself personally, I don't like the idea of like instantly joining their Discord, instantly joining their Roblox group, stuff like that. It just kind of feels weird until you actually get into it. So I don't like to like really publicize that I have a Discord because I feel like it makes people just feel uncomfortable being asked to join a Discord or whatever. So I try to not share that as much. I don't know. It's just one of the things I don't like. It feels like advertisement, even if it's like your own, my own YouTube channel. It's like, oh yeah, I have a Discord. Yeah, I don't know. It feels weird to reference it. You dev hi? Yes, I technically became a developer for Ghost Simulator 2 days ago. I haven't done anything yet. So I'm going to be the programmer for Ghost Simulator, and hopefully that sticks. But yeah, it's only been 2 days, so you know, it's not that big of a deal right now yet. This is a funny stream. Yeah, I don't know. It's been weird lately, so it's kind of fine. I only join a streamer's Discord if I'm like, hey, this streamer's awesome. Yeah, like, part of the thing is a lot of people are like, hey, Highest, you're underrated. There's a lot of underrated people on YouTube, one. Two, Ghost Simulator itself is, I believe, to be underrated. A lot of people who play it a lot are like, it's underrated. So the fact that I'm part of that game, it's kind of like, okay, I'm promoting an underrated game, so by extension, I'm underrated. But yeah, no, I don't make the greatest content of all time. It's not like I should have millions of subscribers. So I don't know. It's hard when people say I'm underrated, because on one hand, humility is like, no, I'm not. Or on one hand, like, I want to be humble about it. On the other hand, it's like, yeah, you know, part of it is also makes sense, and yeah, I don't know. Yes, yes, I am qualified. I do have 4 years. Technically, I should have a bachelor's degree. I haven't. I submitted my. Let's just say it this way. I really need to talk to my school about what I did wrong on my graduation application and figure out how to get my bachelor degree, because I've done the schooling, I've done the classes. I just, for whatever reason, the application isn't going through. It's probably my fault, completely on me. But I need to figure out how to get that resolved. But yeah, I have 4 years of schooling experience. It's a technical college, so nothing like, you know, I went to, where's a good, like, University of California? I think that's a good tech, something like that. It's nothing crazy like that. It's literally like, think of it more of a, what are those called? Community college. Think of it more like that type of schooling, but it is still professional schooling. My YouTube is so laggy that I have to watch it 188p and it still lags. Ooh, that's brutal. Are you using an ad blocker by any chance? Other than that, it's probably your internet being rough. I know for the last few days, my internet's been quite rough when it comes to, like, literally anything. Like, every 15 to 20 minutes or whatever, it just really slows down and crashes. And I think that's just due to the weather we've had around here lately. It messed something up with the internet. It's coming back slowly but surely, but yeah. I went to MIT 100%. Yes. No. I secretly, I'm secretly the CEO of Microsoft. I don't know, some tech company. Really overqualified for the job. I'm probably honestly overqualified, but I'm fine with that. I don't know exactly what the qualifications for a Roblox developer are, but you know, what they were looking for, but I might be underqualified for it. So sometimes it feels like I'm underqualified for the role. And then I realize I haven't done anything yet, so I have literally no idea how my qualifications are. Wait, it might be because I have an ad blocker? Yeah, ad blocker will do that. YouTube it does not like ad blockers for whatever reason right now. But yeah. Hello, Rich. Yeah, right now we are working through Yoko. We're actually pretty much done with him. I think we just need to find one more boss, so but yeah, I honestly I really love this hard mode account. Like, I have played on this account more than I have on my main account in like the last year. I really like the way it feels to play through this game on this account. Like, I mean, it's a great experience if you know the game and know how to play through the game. I think it's just none of the stuff I'm doing on this account really makes any sense to me when I'm playing through the game the first time. Especially like the first part of it was a grind, but yeah. Yeah, I think the ad blocker stuff is, I mean, I know it is controversial. I think it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, I agree with like the company sentiment, like, hey, we kind of can do what we want. But I also understand that, like, yeah, it's going to hurt your player. It's probably a bad idea in terms of how your reputation. If you start hurting people that use your service, like that are using ad blocker or whatever. I don't know. That's for them to figure out. It's not really, honestly, I don't really care about YouTube ads. Actually, YouTube has been trying to push on streams. They have this new setting where YouTube will insert ads in the middle of the stream for you, so you don't have to like manually run ads. Basically what they're trying to do is make me have to run ads for you guys in the middle of streams. But no, they have an option to turn on manual, so I turn it on to manual, and you guys never have to see ads. So yeah, well, you guys prefer that. I like that. I mean, I would make like, you know, 3 cents from inconveniencing you guys or whatever, so it's not really worth it for me. I personally value you guys more than making you guys watch ads. On long form videos, I think it makes sense. Like, it's terrible. Yeah, I think on live streams it makes sense to not have ads. On videos, it's a little bit different. It's, yeah, it's part of YouTube. People are either one, used to it, and two, like, you know, it's at your convenience and whatever. It's not like something where there's communication going on. I can see you guys as it's happening, whatever, and you guys are making an effort to show up. On YouTube videos is a little bit different for like the video stuff, in my opinion. But yeah. Please make us some money, highest. Yeah, no, they have this huge announcement. I'll show you. But like every time I do it, it's like, hey, we can handle the ads for you or whatever. Like on the top is like in a giant highlighted box. Hey, please turn on this automated ad thingy, so we can earn money or whatever. But it doesn't say that exactly. It just says, hey, let YouTube handle your ads for you. It's like, no, I personally prefer no ads. Thank you very much. Problem is that YouTube is basically a monopoly. It's the largest platform with little alternative. They can do whatever they want. As long as the platform functions, people will use it. Okay, the thing about a monopoly is that a monopoly in itself isn't bad. It's if the monopoly, like, even like the US government, this is how like the US government has it. It's if the monopoly is hurting consumers, that it's really becomes bad. Like, it isn't bad that, for instance, Amazon is the only place that people go to shop on online. Because if you look at like Amazon's revenue, they have like next to no revenue from their Amazon shipping service and whatever. Which, you know, is a whole different issue. Like, why are they doing that? Whatever. Is that going to be an issue later on? Will they be like, oh yeah, we'll run at a deficit now, which is I think it's it's bad. It's something like business practice where it's like actually illegal to do that, where you undercut prices to make no profit for a time being, but to like drive out all other competition. Like that's a bad business practice. But if like Amazon prices always stay as low as they are right now, or whatever, like relation to like in-store shopping or other delivery stuff, like with them making very low profit to none or whatever they do make currently, then there's really not an issue with a monopoly like that. It's when they start doing like those unfair business practices where like, oh yeah, because we're a monopoly, or like to become a monopoly, we'll get lower prices. We're making a loss right now, but when we become a monopoly, we can go charge 5x what they were being charged before, and that's when it becomes an issue. But yeah. Them in the back of their minds, we already rich, we gonna annoy people. Okay, I think people think, I don't know exactly how companies work, but I feel like people think companies, actually spend time thinking about some decisions. No, more likely than not, like company decisions like that are one executive, one manager being like, hey, this sounds like a good idea. Let's do this. Sometimes I do think on stuff, but I think more times than we think it's some executive manager or something being like, hey, this sounds like a good idea. Let's go, I don't know, force people to, verify age. That'll help us keep bots off our server, all that stuff. And all of a sudden, they're like, okay, we can do this. It rolls out to the employees. Okay, the employee's like, okay, whatever. And then it rolls out to like the actual customers, and it's no one likes it. And they realize, oh wait, why did we have this idea in the first place? And it's because more often than not as much thinking as you would like happens in companies, because thinking is expensive. Welcome back, Paz. Make the game fun again. Yeah, I'll try. I mean, as I said, I've been a developer for less than 2 days. Anything I say about the future of Ghost Sim is hinged first on me actually, like, you know, being able to develop, and then keeping me on, which is, I think, more likely than not. And two, going to be way farther out than, what you guys think, and probably what I think. So when I say 6 to 8 months out, I'm literally meaning that seriously, as in that is an underestimate of when stuff is going to be coming. Oh yeah, when telling your is taking all ghosts because the bug where your vacuum doesn't do anything on the ghost. Yeah, I'll be trying to fix bugs like that. There's a lot of annoying bugs, little bugs like that, where it's small inconvenience, but hurts, like, is noticeable on, like, the micro spec for, like, new players and whatever. That one, the bug, or the gum glitch, where, like, whenever you use a gum, your avatar freezes. Okay, we need to go unlock the, musical meadows right now. I think, there's a lot of small bugs like that that'll be fixed eventually. It won't be fixed in, like, the next update. Like, there's a priority list I have, and like priority 1 of like being a new developer is the onboarding process, making sure we get an update schedule. It's not going to be fix every single bug in the game the first update I develop. It's going to take a while, guys. But yeah, I just traded 10 ghostly boss gum for 120 glitchy loot gum. W or L? I don't know much on trading. I would say that sounds like a win. Like, I mean, that being said, I probably would take the boss gum. I personally think boss gum is worth more than loot gum, because even on this account, I have a plethora of loot gums, mainly just basic gum because I didn't bother grinding for glitchy gum. But I think on my main account, I would prefer the boss gum because I can actually use it, whereas I have almost 1,000 glitchy loot gum where I can literally give it away like candy it is. But I think in terms of value, though, the glitchy loot gum is going to be much more helpful, much more useful than the boss gum will be in the long run. Thinking it is expensive, highest for President 2024. Oh, yeah. No, when I say thinking is expensive, I mean that quite literally. And I mean, yeah, it's not something people are bothering to do anymore just because of, yeah, anyways, I probably should not go into anything presidential. Is the update this week or next week? Update will be, next week. Specifically, probably the, update. Today's 15, 14, 13, 12. So it should be on the 26th. There might be a minor update in between then if I decide to patch a few of the bugs that I've noticed that probably should be patched sooner than that. Like the dev tag role not actually appearing. Maybe we'll get a 149.1 or whatever sooner, but yeah, the next major update will be on the 26th. Am I going to host a giveaway anytime soon? What am I doing? Oh, I'm grabbing ghosts. I hosted a lot over the holidays. I don't know. It takes a while for me to grind stuff for giveaways. Especially like sandstorms. I gave away 2 sandstorms recently, so I'm actually kind of poor on sandstorms. Assuming Deadpool takes his back at some point, with the loot gum that he needed to go ahead and grind, I'm actually going to be down to a single sandstorm. It's actually without those sandstorms, it becomes harder to actually grind more sandstorms, and I think that's like one of the big things that people care about being given away. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do something small. I don't know. It's kind of hard to find stuff in my inventory that I want to give away, and that I think you guys would want. Like, it's easy to give away gum, but it's actually kind of a pain to go find, hop into the server with the 5 people I gave away gum to or whatever. How does it feel being a program such dev? Well, being recently hired, I mean, it's obviously not going to be much different than... Actually, it's a lot different than what I am currently. As a person, it's not much different. Like, I'm still the same person I was before. But, like, as a role, there's a lot more going on. And, like, I'm seeing a lot of that stuff now than I ever did before. It's going to be a different role. And with the hiring process being recent and whatever, I'm nervous, like, excited nervous. Nervous excitement I think is actually the correct phrase. But yeah, like, I've been sleeping a little bit worse because of, you know, how excited I am. I think I usually get like 10 to 12 hours of sleep or something stupid like that. So, you know, me not getting enough sleep is like 7 hours of sleep, where I'm going to be able to function normally for years with 7 hours of sleep. But yeah, it's definitely weird. But yeah. Oh yeah, okay, we still need more stuff. I'm not going to allow other people to host giveaways on my server. I think I can grind the stuff I want for my own giveaways. I don't know. If I'm accepting people to do giveaways on my server, it feels like less of my server and more of a community server. And yeah, when I grow bigger in YouTube, that will be fine. But for now, I think having it at, like, me give away the stuff, me do events, me do all that stuff is the best practice. Like, really, I have a single mod, and honestly, I don't really need a mod, but at this point I thought it was about time to have a, you know, the look of professionalism ish, just in case. But yeah. I forgot where the hidden key fragment is at the construction site. Oh yeah, I know what you mean. It isn't necessarily like that specific item for me. But even though I know, like, I've done quests 25 times on my main account, there's sometimes where like I get a quest and I just think of the wrong item. The biggest thing is whenever I get quests for like construction site or junkyard or whatever, I sometimes go to the other one. So I'll get something for like construction site, go vacuum worker ghosts from the construction site. And instead of going to this construction site, I go to the junkyard and start vacuuming ghosts. And about a minute later, I realize, oh wait, this is a wrong ghost. I need to be going there. But yeah. Can I be a mod? I'm a good mod. You can trust me. No, I'm not. I don't need more mods, so I'm not currently hiring. Honestly, I think it's weird. It's kind of hard to have new people into stuff. Like even with development, I can, as a developer now, I can see where it's like, yeah, it's difficult. Like the first time you go ahead and hire someone, or trusting people with stuff. Yeah, like stuff for one of the things is for like YouTube. A lot of people have other people do like the editing or thumbnails or whatever for their videos, or other stuff like that, where they have specific people help with like their content. I don't know. I feel like it's weird to do that like the first time. I haven't done any collaborations videos on YouTube. I'm open to the idea. It's weird to ask for help on stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe that's just kind of like a societal thing where I find it hard to ask for help because I feel like I can do everything myself, and I feel more secure that way. But at the same time, that's like, maybe that's more than just a societal thing. Maybe that's just like an everyone thing. But yeah. I feel like there should be one mod for every 15 people. Yeah, let's not do. I'm assuming you meant for concurrent viewers in my live stream. Honestly, that's a way high estimate. It's more like, okay, it's more like one mod for every factor of 10 people is what you need. Or maybe not factor of 10, maybe more like, well, like a logarithmic. Like if you have 4x the people, you don't need 4x the amount of mods. You need like a few more mods. I don't know. That's what I think, at least. Like going from 1,000 people in a server to 10,000 people in a server. It's a 10x increase, but you probably don't need 10x the mods. You probably only need like, I don't know, 2-3 more mods. Maybe not 2 to 3 more mods, but like 2x the mods. I'm perfectly fine handling close to 300 people. Are there 300 people in my Discord server now? Last I checked, there was like 210, and it was like, I thought that was insane. Like, my Discord server is like way bigger than I thought it should be. Like, that thing just keeps growing. Alright, next is 7. It's quite a ways away. Anyways, how much are we on items for Musical Meadows? Why can't I view anything in my Discord? I should probably set up something. I know a lot of people have been complaining. I have a 10-minute waiting time before people can go ahead and access channels. The idea of this is to prevent any sort of raid nonsense. Give people a 10-minute. Here's a 10-minute wait. Every once in a while, though, the bot breaks and doesn't give a member role after those 10 minutes are up. So yeah, I'm sorry if that's the case. I generally get around, if you DM me, I'll get around to adding that role. But yeah, it's a 10-minute timeout. Makes people double check, think about what they're doing a little bit, and that's at least the idea. Whether or not it works, that's up to the idea, but yeah. What's my Roblox group name? I think it's pinned. I think that's actually in the description of this video, or link to that. Don't worry about it, guys. It's literally just for this YouTube channel. It's not going to have anything for like development or stuff like that. It has currently one thing of merch, which is a poorly made shirt. I can say that because I made it. But yeah, that's really all it's for right now, is just because, you know, some people want a Roblox group. I personally never use Roblox groups. I don't understand the purpose of them. It just feels super weird to have like small Roblox groups for stuff like that. But I felt like I need to make some merch for my channel. And some people do ask for videos for it, so I made it. You guys don't need to worry about joining it. It's kind of, I don't know. It's not a huge deal. I've scrolled up the chat to an extent. Bot broke on me. Well, yeah, Pug had to go send me a DM to get his rules added. It happens. I probably should set up a better system for that, to be honest. There probably is better systems for that, to be honest. I just, you know, it works for like 90% of you guys, so we're going to call that good enough. Can you have a shout out? I will answer questions in chat. I don't like the idea of, can I have a shout out or some stupid like that. Like, I don't know. Asking someone to do something makes it sound a lot worse than if you just say like hi and they say hi back or whatever. I don't know. I don't know exactly what people want with shoutouts. I don't know. Advertising in general, like asking people to do stuff, I just always find to be a little weird. Like, okay, I think a very good example of this is like, they have a YouTube video channel in the Discord. I almost never posted my videos there, because like, one, I was making a lot more Ghost Simulator videos than everyone else, so it would literally be just full of my own videos. But two, it feels like I'm trying to advertise, so I'd only post like good videos there, like when I make a video on how to grind classifieds, or like one of those videos that I'm proud of and I feel like, yeah, no, people would want to watch this. When it's just some random thing like, oh yeah, this is how you can use a jetpack effectively in Ghost Simulator. It's like 3 minutes of tips. Yeah, I don't think people really need to see that, but yeah. Ooh, tester in your server. Nice. Yeah, no, it's actually the funny thing about people like testers, testers specifically, other roles to a lesser extent, is that testers are generally people who play the game more because, you know, that's just how it works. So finding a tester isn't actually as weird as you think. Same thing with like people with a lot of rebirths. Feel like, oh yeah, there's this person with a lot of rebirths in my server, and it's like, yeah, that actually makes sense. There's, I mean, there's relatively few people that have that many rebirths, but because they play the game a whole lot, they're going to appear in servers more frequently than someone with like less rebirths. It's weird, 30 billion gems going down the drain in 30 minutes compared to like an hour and a half before. Yeah, the faster unbox is both like a blessing and a curse. Blessing because like, yeah, you're able to use your gems more, and a curse because it uses more of your gems. I know when like it really depends on how many gems you can grind. Okay, we should hopefully be able to unlock now. But yeah, I know when like more difficult stuff comes out, sometimes it's like, yes, I can finally do stuff. Like, I don't know a good example of this, but like when something more expensive comes out, sometimes people like, finally I can go work for something and, you know, actually have a difficult time. Other times it's like, why would you add something this difficult? Anyways, we are moving on to Jax now. Riley's questline will require us to move into the castle, so we're probably not touching any of that today, but I play a game quite a lot, but sometimes I have a day without playing it. Actually, sometimes I go a week without playing it. It's just kind of how you what you feel like each day. Like, I think sometimes it's unhealthy to play the game for as much as some people do. Like sometimes I will spend sometimes I spend like 5-6 hours on the game, like especially days when I do like streams or whatever, because I get so much in the mood for Ghost Simulator. I end up, there we go, that should be enough. I end up spending what am I trying to say? Afterwards, I end up playing more because I'm in that mood for Ghost Simulator. And that might contribute to why I don't play on like the other half the weeks. But yeah, no, that's just normally how you play games. I know for like Minecraft, I have this really weird stint where I'll play Minecraft like solid for like a week or 2 weeks, and then I'll leave it for a few months. It's fairly, I think, fairly normal play style. But yeah, it's definitely weird looking back. But yeah, no, not playing for a day, not playing for 3 days. That's fine. I want to be tester or mod or something. Okay, I think people, I don't know. As someone who's had some of those roles, I think people look up too much for people in those roles and don't realize that realistically, oh, we aren't running our correct pet team for a while now. That someone is like a tester isn't actually that much different than a normal player. Like as a tester, when I first became a tester for the game, for me, like I was already kind of a tester in the game. I made constant YouTube videos. I was playing the game a lot. That made me a good tester. But me becoming a tester, really, a lot more people look up to you, and it's like there's no real reason to look up to me different because I have a role. I was doing the same thing. I think as a developer, there's a little bit of a difference. As an influencer, though, it's not as much of a difference. Definitely for being a tester, there's literally no difference between a tester and someone who actively plays. Like Rich, for instance, you're probably more memorable and I'm trying not to say more important, more significant, I guess is a better way of putting it, than like some of the testers, even though the testers have the tester role, just because you play the game more. You're more involved with like the unboxing, trading schemes than a lot of the people who are testers for the game. But yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like there's too much recognition for some of those roles. It's like, yeah, they kind of do deserve it, but random people overestimate that. Actually, I don't know if Rich is still here. But yeah, using Rich as an example. He was in here earlier, but yeah. Yeah, being a tester is like... The thing about being a tester is a lot of people want to trade, but like trading as a tester is really weird because one, you can't really, you aren't allowed to scam people. That'd be an instantly like, anyone would get like trade banned for scamming. That's against the rules. But like you can't even like shark people. You can't like you can't really do a good trade in your opinion. So it's really hard to like trade with people when you know pretty much anytime you do a trade, you're going to have to be nice in the trade, and basically take an L, loss on the trade. But yeah, no, it's definitely weird. I mean, a big part of like, getting like roles and stuff is being mature. Like in a lot of that's like actually being like old. Like the older you are, the more you understand how to act in certain situations. I think with Roblox especially, it's kind of a joke that everyone's like underage or whatever, because like there's a lot of kids, yeah, that play. But not acting like a kid will get you quite far in like acting mature, smart, playing smart. You know, not being annoying. I mean, those things are fun. Like, you're allowed in the game to be annoying. You're allowed to play dumb. You're allowed to do those stuff. But, like, if you're looking for a role and stuff, just being mature is, like, you're allowed to be immature in the game. But if you're looking for a role and stuff, like, mature up a little bit. I don't know. That's my advice. I don't know. I guess that could be taken as offensive or wrong, but I don't know. That's at least my experience from the few roles I've had. Yeah, it seems I'm quite known thanks to my sunspot economy. Yes. Yeah. Okay, you're still here. I thought I'd get caught talking about you behind your back. No. Yeah, like, honestly, I'm surprised Rich isn't a tester. I know why he isn't. Like, he hasn't been in the community a long time as, like, some other testers have. But I would, like, if I was looking for feedback on stuff, I would take Rich's feedback more seriously than I'd take some tester that doesn't play as much. And even though, like, they have the tester role, I think the tester role is less significant than the playtime. Is your realm Bedrock? No, my realm is currently on Java. I'm sorry, I know a lot of people have asked about it. It's just, Java is so much, I prefer playing on Java. I know it's the more expensive one, but it is the cleaner version of Minecraft in some way, as in it, like, has more of the updates, has more of the features and whatever that for playing together or whatever. But yeah. Honestly, the thing about trading, like, if the other person accepts, you don't really need to feel that bad, especially if they know more about, like, if they know about it, like they're a tester, like Big Ten is. If they accept, then yeah, it's a fine trade. Don't feel too bad. I mean, but yeah, and like, if sometimes people are willing to take an L just to, like, trade. I don't know, if you're a fan of the economy, that's arguably a decent way to do it. Like, if someone offers you, like, a small L just to move items around, you might accept the trade. Or because, like, maybe you think it'll actually go up or whatever. I'm smart, bro, and I act mature because I am. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, that's something you have to... There's a lot more stuff to becoming a tester than what I just laid out. Like, for instance, they do applications for it, which is the main way they get new testers. I don't think it's probably the best way to get new testers. I think a bigger thing is actually the random promotions that they do when they realize, oh wait, this person's been in the community for this time and doesn't have helps a lot and could be a tester. It is probably, like, I don't know, I would say easier because that's how I got promoted and how I would, but just because it happens more regularly, but also, like, you know, not everyone's going to get that. Like, 1 to 3 people a year are going to end up getting promoted like that, whereas you're going to get, like, 10 to 20 people whenever they do tester applications. But yeah. I thought the reason of me not getting tester was because I've never been a tester for a game before, but lots of other people get tester. I don't know why exactly, if you, like, applied, you didn't get it. As I said, as a developer, I probably shouldn't even speculate on that, because it could be seen as knowledge. I was promoted 2 days ago, guys. I have no idea what they did in the past. But yeah, they also look at stuff like how good you are in the community, your playtime, what you do in the game, what you feel about the game, what you think. And they also, like, check, like, overlap with current testers. Like, if I have, like, 20 testers that are end of the game, I might actually, like, okay, this is not me speaking as a Bloxplay developer, but as, like, a game person in general. I should point that out. If I have a game, that I'm, like, wanting to, like, have people play and test for, I am better off if I've, like, instead of promoting, like, okay, I needed 15 tester positions or whatever. If the first 10 are people that are end game, in that game, knows the in and outs of, like, every detail of the game, I'm going to probably promote some people that are new to the game, that haven't played the game ever, just to see what their experience are like, get more different feedback. Which, you know, it kind of feels unfair for someone who's been playing the game for I don't know, a long time, to watch like someone who's set foot in the game like 5 seconds 3 years ago or whatever, to get a role that they value as important. And I think that's a good reason why you shouldn't like see testers as like an achievement or whatever. Like, that's why I try to say there's not much difference between them, because like realistically speaking, it's not as important. But yeah, that can be a reason why like a good person doesn't get it. And some of it does come down to, oh yeah, really like a really good application, for instance, like someone could be, I don't be like, hey, yeah, I'm so and so, I've played the game for 5 minutes, I enjoyed it, but like this one specific thing is annoying me, I feel like this is taking too long, stuff like that. I don't know exactly how to write an application, I really haven't, but yeah, a lot of specific stuff like that can come down to. There's a lot of details that goes into hiring and stuff like that. But yeah. Yeah, no, scamming, scamming is rough. It's like straight up bannable, I think, on Roblox technically. I don't think it's very common to get someone's, if in-game scamming, I don't think it's common to see people banned on Roblox for, but you can definitely get banned from games for scamming. It is a big issue, especially with the amount of like age discrepancies. Like you have people like me that are like 21, I'm an adult, I am, you know, intelligent. It is so hard to balance between that and like the kids who can really easily get scammed. That's part of the reason why I don't trade, is just because like I personally think trading is broken in Roblox. I feel like it's been overhyped to the point where new players jump straight into trading and get themselves scammed, like kids and whatever, just because it's the norm of Roblox. It's such a big issue. But yeah. Even me, I might be good at the game, but I haven't properly touched the game in about a month. Yeah, it's actually kind of exciting. Like, okay, I'm definitely, I feel like I'm, because of me being a significant person in the community before I got hired as a developer, I feel like I'm going to be overhyping the community, because everyone is so hyped to see, like, they've seen me with like good ideas for the game for a while, and seeing me as a developer might be overhyping a lot of people, being like, oh, Heist is a developer, all of these changes will be happening in like next update, and just thinking the game's going to go in such a good direction, where like it's going to be slower than that, guys. It's not going to be as fast as you guys think. But yeah. Oh, depending on when you did that trade for the Vex Fly or whatever, here's the thing about trading in general. If someone offers you a trade, like literally comes up at you, can I trade for this, and then offers you something, I'm going to talk a lot about trading in the next few minutes. I traded a lot in Murder Mystery 2, which is a different economy than Ghost Simulator. It was dupe filled, so there was always like literally, I think every item at this point, like 99.5% of items are duped. So the economy isn't like dying or anything, so there's always lots of items to trade for. No one's hoarding stuff. If stuff do get hoarded, the value goes up, and then people dupe it, and the value goes back down. It's a very nice regulated economy, which I hate to say about some duping, because duping is horrible for a game, or for players in a game. But yeah, no, but if someone offers you a trade, and you accept, no matter what, you can't be called a scammer. Like, even if it's the most unbalanced trade in the game, like someone unironically offers you 2 hollows for your sandstorm or whatever, you can't be called a scammer, because the thing about scamming is you deceive. There's malicious intent in scamming. If they offer you a trade and you just accept, it's not scamming, it's sharking, which is a different thing. It's how I understand it, at least. It might not even be the correct terminology. But yeah, basically, you are accepting a lower deal. Same thing if you offer someone a trade and they accept. There can be a little bit of that where you're taking advantage. But yeah, if that's the only communication that occurs, no one's getting scammed. No one's doing anything really illegal. If, for instance, you'd be like, hey, can I trade this for this because this is, and then tell them something like, hey, this is more valuable, and it isn't, that is scamming. If you say something like, hey, I'll give you this mythical, it's better than that godly or whatever, that is scamming. Stuff like that. Sharking is bad. Yeah, don't get me wrong, and it can be really major. But if you aren't like sharing anything like that, especially if the more knowledgeable person is taking the L, and it knows they're taking the L, that's like, there's really nothing that's wrong with that. But a lot of trades aren't that. A lot of trades are someone offering something like a mythical stat pet for like mythical. If you offer a mythical stat pet for something like a limited store item, that is quite bad, because you're like even though it isn't technically scamming, it's a really bad shark because it is higher stats, it looks better, stuff like that, and the person doesn't know better, so you are taking advantage of their unknowingness, which again isn't a scam. It is rude and it is bad, and testers aren't allowed to do it. But it isn't technically a scam. Where was I getting with this? Oh yeah. So yeah, if you know less about trading and you offer someone else a trade, so if you offer someone that knows more about a trade values, if you offer them something, that's on you. That's unfortunately how it is. It's rough. If you don't know values, don't trade. It's really bad. I don't know why everyone does it. Actually, I do know it's because it's been overhyped and whatever. But yeah, nothing's going to come out of it if, like, for instance, you offer a trade of, like, it's so annoying to say, but like if you offer a stupid trade of unironically offering those 2 hollows for a classified sandstorm, even if it's a really bad trade because you offered, and it's kind of on you, which, you know, tough to say that, but that is kind of how trading works. Trade at your own risk. Yes, yeah, I know. It's a huge trading drama. Oh, there was something else I was going to say. Oh, the thing I hate about trading as a whole, not just in Ghost Sim, like in every game, is people's insistence on the other person offering. I hate this because one of the things is, one, if you're asking the other person to offer for a trade, if you know more about it than them, you're trying to scam them, or not trying to scam them, you're trying to shark them, get a better deal, as good of a deal as you can, because they don't know values, so you're trying to make them not know values and tell you a really bad deal. And then if they do, like, okay, if they give you a really good deal, you just accept it and you're like, hey, they made the deal, which I hate the idea of that. And if they make a really bad deal, you turn around and like bite their head off for being a bad deal, and it's like, okay, so if they say something super overpriced, you have more knowledge than them. You should be the one offering, is my opinion on pretty much all trading and stuff like that. I know people with knowledge generally try to abuse it. So they're like, oh yeah, I'll use this knowledge, I'll make them offer. Because they have less knowledge, they'll probably make a bad offer. And if it's bad high, maybe not even make fun of, just decline it, not even give a counter offer that would be like fair or whatever. But if it's like below, instead of making it fair, they just take that below offer. I hate when people ask other people to offer. It is one of my pet peeves about trading. It's why I generally, when I do trading, I'm the one offering. I don't personally, I actually with Deadpool, I let him offer because I kept telling him not to trade his Rift Gum, but you know. Anyways, we need to grab some items. Man, I can rant about trading for way too long. I really need to focus on gameplay, but yeah. What is Hi doing right now? I was ranting about trading. I was a trader in Murder Mystery 2 for probably 3 years. I'm not going to go into too much depth, but more or less a lot of trading. No, the economy was a mess, so it's actually pretty easy to gain value in that game, assuming you have a starting point. Like, even if you don't have a starting point, literally just try, like, you know, the economy is so duped at the moment, it's not too hard to, actually, I don't know if it's changed, but yeah, there's so many dupes of the economy at this point that it's kind of a joke, but yeah. I knew what I was doing, yeah, that was the thing, like, even though I probably know more about trading than Deadpool does, I mean, he isn't, like, there isn't a huge trading knowledge gap, and, I was, yeah, it was probably bad of me to do that, make him offer and all that stuff, but, I thought it was funny, so I let him. Hi, calm down, it's just a Roblox game. No, I've seen way too much trading. Honestly, don't talk about stuff I want to add to the game yet, because I haven't added anything to the game. Alright, let me not do that. Actually, I could phrase this a better way. Instead of saying, I want to add this to the game, I can say something like, games should have... That's a much better way of phrasing stuff like this. Games should have some sort of, like, trading should be locked by default, and then there should be some sort of required reading for people to, like really drill into people. Hey, trading is a bad idea, do at your own risk, sort of thing. Like, you know, it covers all the bases for trading, whatever. Be like, hey, if someone's offering you a trade, they're probably think they're winning in that trade, which is not a good thing for you. All that sort of stuff that, you know, experienced traders would already know, and it's pretty common sense, but no one really thinks of when they're trading. But yeah, I think that's a good way to phrase it. I really need to stop phrasing stuff in a way of, I will add this to the game, or I want to add this to the game, because I realize that, like, expectations are already really high with me being a well-known person in the community for advocating for a balanced game. I should probably not make it higher by giving people all these ideas of what's going to come to the game. Even with disclaimers of, like, hey, this won't be added for 6 months, a year, whatever. Oh, my homework was on systems of equations, solving them with substitution. Oh, yeah. I really love algebra and math. I know why some people hate it, but, like, it's like the fundamental of all higher up math, and it makes math make so much more sense. Like, until I figured out algebra and variables and stuff, like, math was just kind of weird. It was, and then, like, I figured out variables, and, like, everything starts clicking into place in my head. No joke. I'm a math person. I'm a programmer. Those two kind of go hand in hand. I mean, not everyone that likes math is a programmer. Not everyone that's a programmer likes math. But I feel like those things go together very well. They're both about solving problems. But yeah, no, as a math person, I really loved algebra. But yeah. I don't think that's very controversial. I'm fairly sure everyone agrees that Main Hub is an awful place. But yeah. I'd rather wait 6 months for better balanced updates and unstable updates, or just pure content updates, then you're probably going to be happy. I mean, I don't know exactly how great I'll be at doing those balance changes. I think I'm making it out to be better than I will be at it. Yeah, I know for certain that there will be definitely some jank updates, unstable updates that I will end up pushing out at some point. I'll try my best not to, but I'm that sort of developer. I am a add feature, fix later sort of developer, where, you know, something like where Gum came out and it's currently like still broken visually or whatever a few years later. That's more than likely going to happen at some point. That's just kind of the developer I'm in. But I can fix numbers. I can think through how the game, I've played the game. I understand how to, you know, move numbers around so the game feels better. That is fairly easy for me to do, and I like doing that. Not as much finding the visual glitches and patching all the visual glitches. I can tell you, UI, I'm going to have to spend a lot of time on UI because I won't want to spend a lot of time on UI. UI is one of those things I don't like as a developer. I don't think anyone likes UI as a developer. I don't know. That's my personal opinion. But yeah. Coding gets boring when you do it almost every day. Not for me. I mean, I haven't really done it like every day ever. But there's always new problems to solve, in my opinion. Like, even, especially with a game like Ghost Simulator. Like, do you know how big Ghost Simulator is? Do you know how long I could spend just going through the game's code, figuring out what stuff does, optimizing it, tweaking it, figuring out how stuff works? I could probably spend at least two weeks straight, like every day, without getting bored. Maybe I'd get burned out after that, but you know, I could. And I mean, the thing about programming, it definitely does take a specific person, and I think I am that specific person, who can sit at a computer every day for 5 days a week, for 10 hours straight, just doing code or whatever, which is not exactly how this one isn't expecting that. But like even other jobs, that's not exactly how they work, but that's kind of the idea for developers, programming, stuff like that. Is you do sit down and just work constantly. There's more management stuff to do in other actual dedicated jobs, and for this job I won't be actually spending that much time. They said I should probably be allocating around like a part-time job worth of time to it. So like 20 hours a week, 10 hours a week, somewhere around there. You know, the exact amount will probably be higher than that, spoiler alert, because I'm currently unemployed, so I have a lot of free time on my hand. But yeah, that's development mode. By the way, what is hard mode? Hard mode is kind of a set of rules. There's a link in the description of the video. But basically it's an arbitrary set of rules that I kind of made to make the game harder to play through, require more stuff, and to have the general feel of how the game would feel for like, it's like 100% basically. I have to go ahead and complete every quest before I can move on from an area. I have to go ahead and complete every pet crate before I can unbox the next pet crate, so I can't literally skip stats. A few stats are kind of disabled. But yeah, the main three rules are there. A lot of trading stuff, like trading, game passes, all that stuff is not allowed, just to make the game feel as if it was like a new-ish account. Full list of rules in the description of the video in a Google Doc. There's actually a new rule, number 10, I added recently for reasons that are going to become apparent when you read it. But yeah, no, the fundamentals of it are, I think, pretty simple and make sense for Ghost Simulator. Obviously, you guys can come up with your own set of rules for challenges like this. Like someone was doing communism, as I think Ninja did, where there's a whole lot of other rules, and some of them are more arbitrary. And I mean, that's fine for his own challenge. This is my specific challenge that how I would like to structure something in Ghost Simulator or in other games. I think it's the most fun. The amount of time I've spent on this challenge should show you guys that I do find it fun. Also, we're making really slow. Wait, it's only been an hour and a half. We're actually making pretty fast progress through Jax. But yeah. It makes everything 10% harder. It's more than 10% harder. It's about twice to 3 times as hard as a normal run through of the game. Yeah, I think a lot of main hub quests are kind of broken. That was one of the things I was saying before. That really do need to get fixed in the game. That's like one of the things I can probably say will get added again without getting your guys' expectations up too much, because it is such a high priority for me. It's probably going to get added fast enough that you guys aren't going to be like, hey, you promised this thing, where is this thing is in here? Bad game, not updating, whatever. Because as much as I try to tamp down expectations and stuff, anytime I talk about, like, adding stuff to the game, I am raising expectations way more than I should. Yeah, no, honestly, a lot of games, like, just comes down to your own, like... Oh, what crate did I need to unbox? I think it was this one. Finding something you find fun. For me, hard mode definitely fit that. I think, though, for you, like... I don't know. Figuring out what you like in a game and trying to do that in Ghost Simulator. Like, you've been unboxing a lot of class fights. I don't know, maybe that is what you like. But yeah, I think adding a little bit more variety, I don't know, maybe more rebirths for you would be fun. I don't know. Just finding something to do. Doesn't even need to be realistic. I know some people grind a final boss or bow boss. I don't think anyone grinds bow boss, actually. I take that back. Yeah, anyways. Maybe it isn't for you. Maybe it is. Try it out. But yeah, just doing something different is definitely nice in the game. But you guys can come up with, like, part of games, like when you first start playing games as like a kid or whatever, it's making up the rules that's hard. But it's also what makes it the fun. So you have to sometimes make up your own rules to a game to go ahead and make it work correctly. So that's the difficulty, is making up your own rules for the game so that you actually enjoy it. Anyways, let's go find some level 1 pets. There they are. Do you have any level, like, 3 pets? Not really. Hi, we're about to fight the Wither. Oh, you guys are joking. Yeah, no. My Minecraft realm, I am so sorry, guys. I was planning on spending more time on that. I did not realize how much becoming a developer would, like, you know, it actually didn't take that much time out. I think I've only done 2 hours of official stuff off for it with the meeting. But yeah, no, it's just been making me focus a little bit on Ghost Simulator recently. Actually, no, I say officially 2 hours. I've also spent like 5 hours looking over code, just trying to see what I'm working with. But yeah, I still can't view any channels in my Discord. Okay, let me go fix that. I'm gonna go ping Dino and make it give you the members rule. I did actually. There you go, you have the person role now. Yeah, if I mean, there's like, what? Everyone here in here is probably already in the Discord. But yeah, if anyone else hits that issue, just send me a DM. I'll get around to it. Hopefully I have to just fix it later, but yeah. I hate bidding. I hate bidding in games. Especially when it's done ad hoc like this, like where it's not structured in any way, where it's just someone accepting bids. It feels so wrong to do bid stuff. I understand why. You want to allow people, like, there are good aspects to bid. It allows people to see a trade, have it around for longer, but it also is literally just trying to get as much profit as you can from something. I don't know. It just don't bid. It's not worth it. Don't. I don't know. Maybe it's just me that doesn't like it, but you and Dad will just be the weather. Oh, guys, hag. You guys are progressing so fast. I need to play more in that realm. I need to. It's so hard to keep up. Like with the start of a realm, it's okay. I make episode 1, and then I make episode 2, and then I forget about episode 3. This happens like every single time I do a realm, and just because like I would need to play literally every day to get enough stuff to record, and then I'd also need to edit it every day. It's a grind for starting multiplayer stuff like that because everything moves so fast right at the start. With this, it's a little bit slower, but things are moving so fast. It's really hard to like actually stay on top of stuff. Anyways, let's go find that green music note and just find these music notes. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm interested to see what the end looks like. Like, will the end require stuff to unlock and stuff like that? But, yeah. Honestly, when I finish this stream, I should probably go record some stuff on that realm. I don't know. Like, it's going to jump from episode 2 where I'm using, like, literally iron tools to fish someone out of the nether lava. Or, yeah, no, like, before that. I'm going to skip from having iron tools to like full diamond, and it's going to be bad in the episodes. Skip from finding the fortress to straight up going into the end. It's bad, but yeah, I should probably I should probably just make it so I don't forget about it. Survivement has 2 testers. Nice. Yeah, I mean. I mean, I don't know. I've said it before. I feel like people overvalue, over-recognize people with roles like testers, influencer. Actually, I mean, for influencers, it's mainly the 3 main Ghost Sim YouTubers. 2 maybe? No? I don't know. Anyways, the YouTubers who mainly do Ghost Sim, where it's like, yeah, I'm a influencer, but like I'm literally Ghost Simulator. Like, you're playing this game is more popular than I am, so the fact that you found this game is probably a bigger indication than finding someone in the game. Yeah, no, I can definitely take like, okay, I'm really bad at emotion stuff. Like, I understand emotion stuff and I can kind of read emotions. But like, if someone's like trying to be rude to me, I don't care that much. I don't get emotional over it. But at the same flip the token, I can be accidentally or purposely, it's on purpose, the stuff I say. And like the way I intend it. I can be quite rude. Like, I'm intentionally rude. but without realizing like the emotional impact of that. Like, what's a good explanation? Something like if someone like suggests something like, you know, incorrect, like an idea, it's like, oh yeah, instead of being, oh yeah, that's a decent idea, but what about this? And like coming at them in a nice way, with like, I say the same thing, like I have the same idea in mind. Hey, that's a bad idea. Let's change over this one, sort of idea. But instead, it's like, no, that's a stupid idea. Why don't we just do this or whatever? Where it comes off super rude, and I've been doing this like literally my entire time. I know it's an issue. It's really hard to stop because it's a habit. So yeah, yeah, emotions. I'm gonna be fine with people complaining about my updates. I might not be fine responding to how that people are annoyed about my updates. So more of the issue is, hopefully, I can not annoy too many people by responding negatively. But yeah. No, I'll definitely be working at my own pace. Whether that pace is a good pace, we'll see. But yeah, I think we're still equipping the wrong pet team. Yeah. Yeah. I also have a very serious side when it comes to stuff. Like, most of the time I'm joking around, but like deep down I like being serious. I prefer serious conversations and stuff. And you know, sometimes I'm serious at the wrong times, like okay, I think that time I'll let you guys go a little bit too long. But like, you know, someone will say something as a joke, like, I don't know, something offensive, like, you know, just like a joke or whatever. And I'll take it way too seriously. I don't think there's a good example of this, but that I can think of off the top of my head. But you guys can probably use your imagination for something like that, where someone says something as a joke, and like, yeah, it's maybe not the best joke in the world, but maybe I don't need to react so seriously and offended to it. It has happened to me. I am kind of socially challenged, I would say. I mean, I'm not like socially challenged, but there's some minor things that I don't pick up in social contexts that are considered normal. I don't know why they are normal. Most of the time I'm well-rounded, but like, there are things. I can't play on controller. I literally can't. I have used a controller for probably a whole 2 hours in my life. I know how to use a remote, so it's probably transferable from there. But yeah, I would have to take so long to figure out how to use a Xbox controller or something like that. Joysticks. I have Minecraft on an Xbox. I can't play Minecraft on an Xbox. It just too much stuff, and I don't know how to hold the controller and whatnot. It's like I have to look around and move independently because of how it's set up, which might just be a controller issue. No, I have to look around and place independently, so I can't just look around and place. I have to look around, find where I want to place, then place it, and it's so slow. This stream is unusually laggy for some reason. Are you using a ad blocker by chance? If you are, try disabling that. I know someone right at the beginning of the stream came in with that, like, really laggy stream. And I know YouTube's been trying to remove ad blockers for whatever reason. Yeah, try removing that if you have it. If otherwise, it's probably your internet just being bad. I know my internet for the last few days was actually really bad. like every like 15 to 20 minutes, it'd literally have a lag spell where like Roblox would crash, it would boot me out of stuff, disconnect from things. Yeah, it was bad. I'm using an ad blocker. Why? Yeah, okay, what I just said. Try disabling that because YouTube has been manually tamping down on the quality of ad blockers. Yeah, or find an ad blocker that isn't blocked by it. Not my rules. I'm sorry about it. Yeah, from what I can see about the ad blocker things, I think it's a mess. Like, me personally, like, I don't understand why I'd be paid, why people would pay to serve me ads, except for the one ad I'm getting every other time I open YouTube right now, which is for a Minecraft server. Yeah, people should be paying to serve me Minecraft server ads. They should be paying a lot to serve me Minecraft server ads. I am legitimately looking for one to swap over from the realm. So yeah, you might get money from me if you serve me ads on it. Other than that, though, I am just watching the ad and clicking to the video as fast as I can. I know that they don't need to pay for that, but like, you know, maybe if someone doesn't want to watch ads, don't serve them ads. I don't think you'd generate that much revenue if people are just sitting there, not watching ads. But yeah. What are the requirements to join Chunkcraft? There are no requirements. You just need to fill out a form to give me your Minecraft username so I can go ahead and invite you to the realm. If you've already filled out the form, you're already pre-invited. Just go check your realm tab, and you should be there. Yeah, and yeah, you can do pretty much anything on it. I haven't set up a base yet, so it isn't like, hey, don't mess with with this base specifically. Like someone, I started working on fixing the berry farm that we had because it was a mess and it was made entirely out of dirt. It looked ugly. So I was revamping that to look kind of cool and work a little bit better instead of having a huge space-consuming farm, have a automated bone meal one, since apparently we have a lot of bone meals, so we are able to go ahead and just burn through all that to get as many sweet berries as we need, and sacrifice a little bit of bone meal for a lot of space. How many members are there? Currently I have 50 people invited, and I think 6 or so players have played on the Chunkcraft. Anyone who is invited can go ahead and join it. There is no whitelisted player base for the thing. Play for as long as you want, be as involved as you want. I don't really care. It is more for fun than anything. It's not like a structured SMP or anything like that. How do ad blockers even work? Okay, explain how an ad blocker works actually requires like going into like how websites work. But basically everything that you see on your front end on like a web browser or whatever, like even YouTube here, everything except for the video part of it, I don't know exactly how those work, is literally an HTML page, all text-based stuff. So it's literally this whole entire document, and you can see every single aspect of it. And because it isn't like that, you can go ahead and edit that with like a script on your end. So when you receive this page from the web service, you can go into that service and be like, hey, this one thing, disable that. So you can see an ad, delete the ad. It's a bit more complicated than that, but that's more or less how it works. If you know what HTML is, it makes a lot more sense. If you have no idea, it's a little bit harder to explain. It's some programming stuff. I'm probably not qualified to explain. I can't remember if this accepts mini bosses or not. I guess we'll figure that out. I'm not usually free during middays due to school. If I could accept, I might be able to contribute during half terms exams. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine playing whatever pace you want if you get into the realm. When you get into the realm, I'll invite you eventually. But yeah, yeah. So they basically, as I said, literally make the section that would display the ad not function correctly. It is not that complicated, to be honest. It just requires you to understand how HTML and modern websites work, which I only know how one of those work. I do not know how modern websites work, so I couldn't actually program a web ad blocker if I tried. I could actually if I went researched how to do it. I just don't know off the top of my head. But yeah, basically, they'd go ahead and disable the div or whatever, comment it out, whatever, because it's something running on your computer, so it can be added after whatever the HTML website gives you, so it can add whatever. And yeah, JavaScript makes it, yep, CSS makes it look good, JavaScript gives it dynamic. There's more stuff that they have going on there. There's a lot more to websites than even those three that I don't care about. Those are the three I mainly use. I've made websites before. Bad websites, but websites. But yeah, it's it's a complicated process, but it's pretty simple in nature how to think about it. What mod is the server on? Is there any chance I can do some research on the materials? It's not a mod, it's actually a data pack. I have a link to the thing in a description of at least my first video. I think I forgot to add it to the second video. But it's chunk lock. It's created by someone, I don't know exactly who. They have a YouTube video on it. They created it entirely. It's kind of cool. But yes, as it is a data pack, you don't need to download anything. It's automatically on the server. You don't need to run in any anything else. You just open vanilla Minecraft with whatever clients have used, like OB or Optifine, and it'll just work. You don't need to have mods. You don't need to worry about any of that nonsense. It's already right there, ready to whenever you join. But yeah, researching for materials and stuff, there's nothing additional beyond vanilla. It just requires you to pay for every single chunk you unlock. No, actually, a lot of coding, I'd say this, a lot of coding looks a lot more difficult than it is. Like, as you're saying, HTML and CSS are pretty good. The difficult part is understanding the logic of it. Once you understand the logic for how something works, you can do anything you want. But yeah, even like copy and pasting, like it's pretty easy to copy paste stuff like HTML, CSS, scripts, Roblox, Lua. You can copy paste all that without knowing the logic of how it works. I know when I was first making Roblox games. Oh, looked like that boss actually counted. That's hilarious. I did quite a bit of copy paste from the the toolbox, I think it's called, where you just pull in scripts, and I figured out why you don't do that, and therefore I do not touch that anymore. I learned that one the hard way. But yeah, you can copy paste all that stuff. But when you learn how it all works, you're able to go into that, figure out what those things that you just copy pasted and do, and then change them so that they work better or how you want them to specifically, which makes it so nice. Like, instead of having to copy paste whatever, go Google, have other people figure out the thing, just be able to make small tweaks and figure it out yourself is, because you know the understanding logic of it is so much better than copy paste. But yeah, it's really hard for me to get into Minecraft for some reason. I enjoy the game, but I can't play for longer than 30 minutes. Yeah, no, games, it's a lot of games is like it's not like personality, it's something different. It's like your personal preference. Minecraft isn't for everyone. Ghost Simulator is not for everyone. Sentinel isn't for everyone, as we're seeing with Sentinel's play numbers. But yeah, the reason why Minecraft is so big though is because it appeals to a wide variety of audience. I definitely understand the not playing for any more than 30 minutes. It takes a lot of understanding how Minecraft works, I think, to really enjoy the game for the first 30 minutes. Other than that, it's just kind of like, you kind of lose track of what you're doing. Like, why am I mining? To get iron. Why am I getting iron? To make an iron pickaxe. Why am I getting an iron pickaxe? To mine. There's a lot of early, like, logic traps that just kind of make the game mad. I think if you understand what you're doing and you're able to, like, move around better, it makes the game a lot more fun. But as it is right now, I can't blame people for not liking. I can't blame people for not liking any game. But Minecraft especially is. I know there's some issues if you don't know the game a lot. Like developing farms or whatever is really a pain if you don't know how a farm works. Are the items to unlock chunks random? And can you make OP farms from them? Random-ish. They are somewhat based on the biomes they're in. For instance, we started in a spruce forest, so we've used a lot of spruce wood to unlock the ones around us. But others require stuff like birch wood, spruce wood, or oak wood, all those other stuff. And it's kind of based on biomes. There's some stuff in the rivers that require us to pay salmon to unlock. Ink packs. And yes, you can go ahead and create farms for them. On that server, you guys are allowed to make whatever vanilla farms you want. I have a few rules like no duplication exploits, which, you know, includes TNT duping as the main one. And then no AFK farms, so no like auto clicking is the big one. For like macroing is what I have. It has an automatic timeout for like actual AFK, so you can sit AFK for 5 minutes while you go eat lunch or whatever. But yeah, you are allowed to go if you know how to make a technical huge wood farm that produces thousands of wood an hour or whatever. You're allowed to go do that on that server. All right, bye. Yeah, stay safe. Do you know what HTML is? No, I honestly, as a developer, who just took classes, I am kind of stuck in the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. I don't know much about modern programming and stuff, which is kind of a pain to say because, like, really that's what school should do. But older stuff is a lot easier to do than modern HTML and stuff like that. And, like, you know, currently there's like thousands of different organization things. And with every single time you add organization to coding standards, you make it more complicated. And making it more complicated, it's not a good thing. Even if you're making it like easier to understand and users, whatever, easier to maintain, more functional, adding good stuff, all of it ends up adding more complexity. Which, you know, complexity, fine. There comes a point where it's like, okay, maybe you have to go back to the basics or whatever. Rest in peace, Dino King. But yeah. I don't really agree with the no macroing, no auto-clicking rule. Yeah, I know some other people here don't agree with you. Like, I think Deadpool has some specific complaint about the no auto-clicker rule. I don't know. Me personally, I feel like auto-clicking / macroing ruins the point of some games. So I've kind of banned it just because of that. I understand it's necessary in some situations, like for instance a Nether Warps farm. I know you need auto-clicker or whatever for that. You need macros for other stuff. It can become really helpful. I don't know. That's my personal opinion, and that's why it isn't on the realm, I guess I should say. And I understand the complaints against it. I just, you know, think... I personally think shouldn't be allowed. Yeah. Yeah, but it's also a multiplayer sandbox thing, so there's a lot of people on there. And I don't know. It feels annoying as a person that likes to play games. Sit down, play the game, not have to worry about like AFKing with a macro or whatever for like V-Swarm. Not to name like anyone specifically. Or have to buy a Game Pass to AFK overnight or something like that. I don't like the advantage that brings to that. It makes it feel weird to play as a different player. So I don't know. It's hard to explain. Just don't do it. You can build crazy farms. Just nothing. No exploits with duping. No macroing. You can still build a TNT farm with like dispensers and whatever. Just you need to figure out a farm for the gunpowder to supply it because that's expensive. MHTML for what I know. Yeah, no, basically what that is actually is it kind of saves all the information for a website that you log into. So when you log into a website, it's not just an HTML site. Now, it's like if you log into YouTube, you're getting that video. That video is coming from a server. It's fetching the information on the side video things. It's not all there when you open that website. It's loading all that information from somewhere else. So when you have to store a website like on your computer, like I've stored a few for various reasons. One of them was because I wanted to go ahead and OLL and PLL, so I downloaded some websites for that some HTML websites for that, so I could actually have it offline without having to constantly go back to a website. But yeah, it needs to store all that information about it, including like your cookies that you have open at a time, preferences on like where stuff should go, like whether you have this tab open or not, because all that isn't in the HTML site itself. It's like a setting that is activated through other means, whether that is a JavaScript thing was ran, whether that they fetched all this information from a server somewhere, whatever. It needs to store all that information so that I can reapply all of it later. Deadbolt, that's not how macroing and autoclick rules work. It's none of that, period. Even when I'm not on. Not like you'll get in trouble if I'm not on, because like, yeah, I have no proof. I'm not going to sit there and be like, hey, man, they must be auto-clicking while I'm off. That being said, if you do take 64, what was that? Honeycomb. If you take 64 honeycomb from one of my chests and then put it in your own chest, and don't tell me about it. If you tell me about it, I'm usually fine with you taking my stuff. Like, even on this server, literally all of our stuff is in a public server storage because I like co-op on survival. I like playing together with people. I'm very much a fan of peaceful stuff. Friendly storage, friendly. It makes everything better. When I do have my own stuff, for instance, if I make my own separate chest, I don't want you guys touching that. I generally would be fine. Like, oh yeah, I need to borrow your Silk Touch pickaxe because I need to go mine some glass really quick. I'll give it back when I'm done building this glass thing in 2 days. You ask me, that's fine. If you don't ask me, maybe a little bit different. But yeah. Highest is just mad because he can't figure out how to download a macro. Shush. We don't talk about that. No. In all honesty, I could download it. I just think it's more complicated, and I don't want to do complicated stuff. Actually, same thing applies for what was it? Mods on Minecraft. I can't. I know it's easy to download mods. I just don't know how to do it, and so that's why I'm anti-mod on Minecraft. That's why I'm always vanilla. Is halfway because I haven't figured out how to download a mod. I know it's very easy. Like, you just, you know, drop the zip into the mod folder or something stupid. Yeah, there is a little bit of that. Such a unique experience. Yeah, no, I definitely think mods in a game is like one of the best ways to add like long-term content to a game. Like, if people can generate whatever content they want for a game, game's going to last so much longer than if the developer has to design it all. That's a reason why like Bloons TD6. I haven't played that game in way too long. But they added like user-created maps, user-created challenges. They're adding all these user-created stuff because players will make the game last a lot longer if they can interact. That's kind of why Sentinel's, you know, having issues. I think it's just because like all the player interactions is all negative. Like, instead of seeing other players and being like, oh yes, this is cool, it's seeing other players and like, oh, this is a struggle. I don't like you taking my boss kills. Oh, you press that button? Bad. Why would you press that button? Hey, let me build a wall in front of it. It just hurts everyone's experience. Whereas if you have it user-generated stuff, it makes it add on top of each other instead of just subtract away. Anyways, part of that is like YouTube. YouTube does that for like a lot of games. If someone's making YouTube content, or challenges, like, oh yeah, rebirth speedruns, people can be like, oh, I can compete, or whatever. They can look at other people's numbers. They can do this challenge that someone else created, even if it's like not an officially part of the game that users can interact. The community aspect of it serves as a similar role in the user-generated stuff. So yeah, that's. I have over 100 mods downloaded while playing in the realm. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm assuming that mods themselves won't actually break it. That it just like client-side stuff a lot of the time. Like Optifine, for instance. But yeah, it makes your experience better. Then yeah, go for it. That's like that's the great thing about having a mods modification option. Unfortunately, Roblox doesn't have that. I think some reasons that's really good. It makes it a lot easier for developers to do stuff instead of being like, oh, now I have to. There's ways to get around that, but generally those are just outlawed entirely, and for good reason. But yeah. Do I know Metroidvania? No. I am kind of a loser when it comes to pop culture. Like, the only popular game I really understand is Minecraft. That's it, and that's like the most popular game worldwide ever. So yeah, literally anything else like Fortnite, Overwatch, what are some other popular games days? Like, even on like Roblox itself, it's like, oh yeah, you guys know Jailbreak update? And I'm like, yeah, I played Jailbreak 3 years ago. Yeah, I definitely know this game. Or even like the popular like simulators. I generally anything like popular games I'm unaware of. Also, let's go upgrade our vacuum, or a pack, I guess, since we can do that now. But yeah, no, I don't. Or if it's a music, I don't know whatever that is. And yeah, I'm a loser for that. I understand. I'm uneducated. Metroidvania is a game that has similar aspects to Super Metroid, which is a Super Nintendo something or another game. NES. Okay, I guess that's the platform. Honestly, I haven't done much. Like, the only Mario games I have currently, or like have it ever, I guess I have one on a, what's that called? Game Boy? I have the one on a Game Boy. I think it's like Mario 1 or 2. I have Super Mario Bros. Wii, and and like Mario Kart for the Wii. I don't know which one it is. Anyways, I have like a total of like 3 Nintendo games. Actually, that I've played, like, I should say, those are like the only 3. One of those I really haven't played, and that's the Game Boy one. Yeah, I'm not I have less than the average amount of information on Nintendo. So Nintendo adjacent stuff got completely forgotten. And I don't know anything about. Also, it feels so nice to be going through this fast on like Jax. I think the first time through we spent 2 full episodes, I think, on it, or maybe just 1 plus like 3 hours off stream. But because we already have like good pet stats, we're able to upgrade our vacuum and vacuum and pack a lot faster, which are the most difficult quests in this quest line. But it also means we're able to vacuum ghosts faster, and we have a supply of gum, so it makes everything else faster too. It's just, I don't know. Playing through the game the second time feels so much better than playing through the game the first time in Ghost Simulator. Like, I was guessing that it would take us about 10 episodes to get up to Void, I think. Where it took us 20 episodes to get up to Void the first time through. Part of that is we have less quests because we are done with all the permanent ones. But another part of that is just better pet stats that just make it so much faster. Also, I really cannot tell this stream whether like the extra viewers is because I'm a developer, or if, like, as for whatever reason that increased viewerships on my YouTube for whatever reason, which I couldn't imagine, or if it's just because I'm more excited because I'm a developer. Like, I don't know. Whatever the case is, I'm getting more viewers than I usually do on live stream for whatever reason, and I don't know why that's the case. And actually, that's a lot of what YouTube is. There's so many times where videos like get super popular, and I have no idea why. I think a really funny instance of this was a few years ago. I made one stream where I did 2 streams where I grinded rebirths. The first one, I streamed, no problem. It went over fine. It was lower view counts than usual, but you know, it was a rebirth speedrun. The second or whatever, I started my second video with the same thumbnail, like the same title or whatever. The first video, like I started my second live stream. The first video, for whatever reason, got like 10 or 20,000 like impressions. Like 2,000 people watched it over the course of like 30 minutes. And it was like, what is the YouTube algorithm thinking? Why is this video, for whatever reason that I, you know, live streamed, getting thousands of views for literally no reason? It was just a strange one. That's the weirdest case I've had at that. There's other times where I upload videos and like they do really well for some stupid specific reason. But yeah. How often do I stream? I try to stream once a week. That's the hard mode stream I do on Monday. Recently I've been trying to do a little bit more because I have a Minecraft realm going on that I don't want to fall behind, and streaming is the easiest way for me to do stuff. Like, I can stream for 3 hours and I get about 2 hours of work done. Whereas if I'm making a video on it, I'm going to have to record an hour of video. I'm going to have to go ahead and edit that. I'm going to have to upload it. I'm going to have to figure out a thumbnail. I'm going to have to figure out what to talk about, what to do. It's a lot harder to make videos than it is, so I'm going to try to do some more streams on the Minecraft realm, so I don't get as far behind. I do still need to do videos, which requires editing, which requires time, which requires pain, suffering. But yeah, I stream every Monday, 2.5 hours before it ends where I start, so 3-hour stream on Monday, this time, you know. And then I also do a random other times. I don't really have a set schedule other than that one stream. As for videos, videos are even worse than streams in terms of regularity. I have 0 regularity. Going forward, I'm trying to do every single update, and then also do an intermission update or intermission video on like something else, miscellaneous, non-update related, maybe not even Ghost Simulator related on the other weeks, but yeah. Hi, you have no school today? Is that because like the weather is like snowy? I know last Friday our school system had no school because like we had like 3 inches of snow. It was just you know, first decent snow of the year. People didn't want to go in, probably more than anything. But yeah, do you still have weather like that, or is it just because it's like a holiday that I'm forgetting about because I am not really a normal human being, and don't go to work, don't go to school or anything like that. I think it was because of MLK Day. Yeah, okay, it's a holiday that I forgot about. An important holiday too. Wow. Ignore me. It did snow too. Yeah. No, this weekend was really cold everywhere. So if you had any precipitation, it was snow. Like pretty much we went from like 40, 50 degrees here to like 10 to 20 degrees in like 2 days. Thanks, Sam. No, I'm not actually that unique when it comes to like small content creator on YouTube that makes good content or whatever. Like I wouldn't consider myself to make good content. There's a lot of people that are actually trying YouTube that make insane content. I was noticing this a while ago. I watch YouTube a lot in my free time. It's probably a bad idea. I don't encourage you guys to get addicted to YouTube. But I stumbled like every once in a while, YouTube's actually recommending me small creators or whatever, and they have really good videos, and it's like, wow, there is so much quality videos on YouTube. Why am I trying to do it? Is what I'm thinking. And I realize, wait, I'm not making quality videos. I'm making Ghost Simulator videos. The quality is as good as I can make it. I don't need to worry about it being good quality. I just need to worry about it being, you know, informational is more of the idea, more than that. But yeah, no, it's when you say I'm high quality, that's I thank you, but also it's not as rare as you think. But yeah. I might have like 2 weeks off because of bad weather. Oh, that was us 2, 3, 4 years ago? Yeah, 4. Was it more? No, 5 years ago? Six years ago? Wow, okay. No, but a while ago. It's 2024. A while ago, back to the story, time slipping away from me, we'll ignore that. Like 6 years ago or whatever, in our state, we had that same thing. It snowed like 2 feet everywhere. And it was just literally snow days for 2 weeks while the entire country, the entire state tried to figure out what to do. Which is not normal in the US. For us, like even in Washington, we get like, I don't know, we got 3 inches of snow, and that was a lot of snow. And where I'm at is generally snowier than everywhere else, but like everywhere had a foot of snow, and it just took forever for people to clear it out. It was so fun. Are you allowing auto clickers for building? My personal opinion on auto clickers is if you're actively playing, like you're just using it for like a quality of life thing, for like unboxing and Ghost Simulator, staying AFK, like, you know, like if you aren't doing anything with the auto clicker, like it's just clicking faster, it isn't actually like moving around or farming mobs or anything like that, is fine. So like for building, for instance, yeah, that's probably a fun use. I would still say no, just because I am no on auto clickers and macros in my realm, but I understand the use of like quality of life things where you're actively playing and you're just using it to place blocks faster or whatever, or place at a specific rhythm, whatnot. What am I doing? Oh, I'm equipping pets. Please be lower than level 7. Please be lower than level 7. Yes. Do we actually have level 5s? Because I think level 5s are less important because of reasons. We do. There we go. In 2021, my grandmother lost power and I had to go to my uncle's house for Christmas. Oh yeah, losing power is kind of annoying sometimes. I think a log, like for me, it's actually a lot better than I think it is for most people. Like, I have a wood stove and plenty of wood if we lose power, so we can stay warm. We don't like lose heat or whatever. And I mean, the only thing is like you can't charge phones and whatnot. But we have a generator too, so it's like, you know, losing power is an issue, but like most of the time it's not that big of an issue where I'm at. But yeah, it's gonna be annoying, like especially if it's like interrupts something. Like if we are planning on doing like dinner or something, power's out. Okay, now we have to readjust our dinner plan or readjust like having someone over like you have. Like other than that though, it's like, you know, hopefully the school's down to power and therefore you don't have to go to school. No. I definitely really disliked going to school, and so I understand the sentiment of, hey, let's hope the school's power's out or it's snowy and not have to go to school. As I get older, I realize it's kind of a stupid wish to have, but you know, still something I like. But yeah. Still didn't get a good classy meh. Yeah, it takes time. I mean, unboxing can get improved. Can you stop talking now? Yeah, unboxing for a classified is going to take time. It's really unfortunate. It would be nice if there was a pity system. I don't think it is possible to add a pity system to crates. I think a pity system... The best sort of pity system is the one that's invisible and only, like, reduces the amount of extreme unluckiness people have. I think that's a good sort of pity system. It's just... I don't know what the rules are of, like, doing that for Roblox, so I don't know if it's actually something... And, like, you know... There are really bad ways to make a pity system, too, so... yeah. Probably not going to see one. I don't know, I just... Pity systems are something in games that... They're something. That's what I'm going to say. Fourth key fragment in the Ghostly Islands. That's over here on this island over here. Furthest island, right next to a rock. This rock specifically. Boom. Then yeah. Honestly, we've made so much progress on Jax that I haven't even really noticed. I have been talking this entire stream. Actually, not gonna lie, this has been I don't know. I've really enjoyed this stream for whatever reason. Might be just because of all the nervous excitement from being promoted to dev, so I'm in a really good mood for whatever reason. Might be because like there's more of you guys out, so it's more stuff for me to reply to in chat, but I think like everything said and done, it's like I'm not talking about so much nonsense in chat. Like I haven't repeated my complaints on puzzles like 4 times this stream yet, so generally that happens like halfway through the stream and I have to like mentally tell myself, stop talking about puzzles. No, we've been talking about a variety of stuff and actually, you know, kind of having fun. I have a lot of delay. Oof. Yeah, some of that's going to be me. I know when my end gets laggy, it passes on delay to you guys. Other times you might have the incorrect settings, like you might not actually be live. Whatever the case is, it's unfortunate. There's going to be a little bit more delay in addition from my live to when I see your guys' messages. I'm sorry, just kind of how it works. There's always going to be some delay. I can reduce delay a little bit, but it's where you are, you only have like up to 1 inch of snow. Not a lot, but there are people who live in the mountains that go to my school, and it's dangerous to go down ice. Yes, no. I know that feeling. I actually live on a really small, icy, private road. Every year we have someone slide into a dish. So like, even if you can make it to school, or make it somewhere, someone else may not be able to. Or a lot of people might not be able to. I think if it's just some people. Second. I got Pez, guys, and I need this when I get bored or whatever. I have a sugar addiction, probably. I think that's normal for the US, though, so it's fine. But yeah, yeah, someone slides into a ditch. We have to go haul them out with whatever. Yeah, no, it's just what happens. But yeah, no, it really depends on how much of it is a large majority. Like, I'm assuming it is where you are, where it's like 50%. It's like, yeah, there's no reason to have school if 50% of the people can't make it. It's kind of unfair for everyone. When inventory reveal, I've done inventory reveals before. The big things I have is a Santa sleigh. My inventory is actually always open when I'm in game on Ghost Simulator. I don't actually believe in closed inventories. I understand that it might reduce begging, and in a few specific incidents, it can help hide like classified stuff. Sometimes they give out pets in advance, so having the inventory closed can prevent people from seeing them. But I personally don't think closing inventory. I like browsing people's inventory. I like people browsing my inventory, and even though I don't trade at the moment, I leave my trades on because, you know, I feel like that's open. I like being open about stuff. Even if, like, that's generally kind of bad. But yeah, it's... I don't know. We need to switch our pet team. What's the best pet I currently have? Sandstorm. I grinded like 3 Sandstorms right when it came out. Then I grinded another one to give away. Then I grinded 2 more to do a trade. Or is it 3 more? I don't remember exactly. Anyways, then I gave 2 more away. So I currently have 1 max level Sandstorm as my best pet. And then I have 2 dev classifieds and then 3 divines. Honestly, I'm really bad down on stats, and most stats just because I gave away my other sandstorms. I'm also a dev now, so I don't need to really worry too much about stats and stuff, correct? No, I'll be trying to play and continue playing, despite having dev powers and all that. I'll try to unbox, hopefully sometime soon, for more, that will require me to get more rebirths, which will require more time spent. It'll require a balancing act, but I do plan on getting some more rebirths so I can grind gems to get more sandstorms, to get more sunspots, to get some monster mushes eventually. Just so I can kind of see how it is, see realistically what I should do to make it, better. But yeah, I do plan on still playing, but yeah, currently Sandstorm's best bet. It is, actually I unboxed it back when gems were like, given out easier than candy. Literally you could log on, play for, 5 hours and get a cosmic wing. Not quite, but, because of the increase in pack sizes, it really became broken to grind gems for a while in Ghosting, so I definitely got use out of that to be able to get the sandstorms I have. So devs have extra perks. I mean, obviously, for a developer to develop, they have access to a lot of the game, and so they can pretty much give themselves whatever. Not that I think I will, but that's, like, that is something they have the power to do as a developer. So, yeah. Every time I'm doing a boss, I just look at other people's inventories. Yeah, when I get bored in Ghost of Mine, I like looking at other people's inventories. Like, most of the time it's not, like, I'm not looking for specific stuff. I'm not looking to trade or anything. I just kind of want to see what other people have, like where they are in progression, what pets they have, whether they've entered codes, all that sort of fun stuff. But yeah. I just traded a limited you got from the Bloxbite server and got a sunspot. Oh, the thing about that is limiteds are so much more worth so much more than classifieds at the point. Like, pretty much any limited you get is considered worth more than a classified. I think that's actually overvaluing them. But it's really good if you're wanting to get for stats, but it's also at the same time you are trading down. It's technically worth more in the community. If you could probably trade it for more. But yeah, it's really, I don't know. It's one of those things where I would never trade a limited for a classified. But I understand why people would. Like, you get an increase in stats. You get a really cool rare looking item. But yeah. Yes, I could give myself a level 69 Sandstorm. That is actually something I could do. I won't, but I could. Is the first anniversary pet worth classified? No, that code is actually still active. So if anyone wants to, they can go and enter 1 year in the code, the number 1 year, and get whatever pet you're talking about, because that code hasn't expired. The wall is done? Nice. Good to know that we'll no longer be getting zombies inside our area. Just remind me that I do want to, like, actually level out the inside and add, like, an iron farm to that really high up hill, because we have villagers now, so y'all have no idea how to make an iron farm. So before y'all try to do that, and actually no, so someone new is there, so they might actually know how to make an iron farm. But before y'all do that, I'm gonna make a really quick one. And by really quick, I do mean really quick. I think it'll take like 30 minutes to set up, if that. I mean, it'll take more time mining out the area for it than it will actually building it. Sometime if I have an atom, I just give it to someone with little pets or just started. Yeah, I agree. I give away so many atoms. Actually, I give away dev heads too. I've gotten so many dev heads from how much final boss I've grinded with the double items events, because those things are broken and I need to abuse that back when they were out. Yeah, no, I don't think it's too much of a secret to say that, or too much of a bad thing to say, we aren't going to have double items events anymore. I don't know if we'll have extra items, but we aren't going to have them anymore. When is double item event back? It's never coming back. Never. I can promise you that. That is one thing. Like, even though I don't want to get people too excited about Ghost Simulator, I don't think telling them that a double event item isn't coming back excites people, because you know, that's just telling people that what's not coming. It's not like, oh yeah, this whole new big feature that 12 months out. I promised you guys, and now you guys have to wait thinking about this cool thing, and when it finally happens, it isn't as cool as I think it is. So yeah, that's the main idea. I don't want to talk too much about what I plan on adding update-wise, but I think what I'm not planning on doing, I think I'm perfectly fine talking about that. No, I love that event. Yeah, you guys are so sad. Don't worry. It's for the best, guys. You guys will get over it, I hope. Those events are just so broken. That event was just so broken. Everyone knew it. That's why it got that's why everyone likes it so much, is because it's broken. Hopefully, with me, like, hopefully by nerfing all these stuff that people actually like, I'm able to actually make the entire system better. So like, yeah, by nerfing how double item stacks, maybe I can increase the drops or whatever. And instead of it being, oh, yeah, every once in a while we have an event, it's like, oh, drops are actually decent. Oh, free-to-player players are actually playing because drops are decent. That's at least the idea. I mean, who knows? Maybe removing all that OP stuff is actually going to be bad for the game. I think as a developer, you guys probably expect me to know more than I do about how these stuff will impact the games. I'm going to be honest here. Someone outside observer who hasn't played the game before, that's not in the Discord, will be able, like, assuming they're intelligent and not like a, I don't know, just someone who plays games for the free stuff or whatever. Assuming it's like a generally average game player, will be able to look at the ideas I have for a game and be able to say that's played for, like, I don't know, 5 minutes or whatever, can look at an idea for a game and tell me, probably with better accuracy than I can, hey, that update will do nothing. No one will care about it. Versus, hey, that update's actually bad. People will actually leave the game because of that. Or, hey, wow, that's a really good update. And there's not really an easy way to figure that out other than to find someone new every single time you have an idea for an update and be like, hey, this is the next update. What do you think about this? You've played for 5 minutes, I know, but what's your general impression of it? Yeah, because not understanding the game gives a much better indication of how stuff will work in the game than if you know everything about the game. I really want to get 2 times boss drops, but I'm too poor. I would, yeah, how do I say this? Without, I can't really say that. Yeah, I can. How do I phrase this? Like, I'm not planning on changing how Game Passes work. Actually, okay, I should phrase it this way. I think the game passes in the game are a bit too good right now. Is that a good way of phrasing it, Deadpool? I don't want to say anything about what updates I'm going to do, because obviously I've done 0 updates so far. But I also want to be realistic and not be like, hey, yeah, you should purchase all the game passes right before, while they're at the peak, right before they fall, sort of deal. Yeah, actually, as a developer, I probably should just not talk about buying stuff in the game, because I am directly being benefited by that. So, as a YouTuber, I want to give you the honest thing. As a developer, I also want to get the most profit. Yeah, there's definitely a conflict of interest there. Here's the thing, a good price for one person on Roblox isn't for another person. Like, I don't know, just an individual, like, oh yeah, oh, this Game Pass is a bit expensive, but it's worth it. For other people, it's like, oh, this Game Pass, that's chump change, and they can literally just buy every Game Pass without even noticing a dent or whatever. Not most people, but some people are like that, and I mean, that's more of like, you know, world economies too. But like, and I think you have to balance for that somehow. But yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, those are probably the best Game Passes in the game. I think even in that order. Have you watched my videos before? Because that seems like something I would suggest buying in that order. But yeah, double items is definitely the best. I think people, double boss drops is worse than I think people give it credit for. I think it's over hyped. The thing is, like, boss drops, think about it. What are boss drops actually helpful for? Like, think about it. They seem really good. Like, these are these big things that you go ahead and defeat. They give you rare stuff. If you think about it, what are boss drops actually giving you? A chance at a cool legendary classified maybe board? A chance at maybe a pet? All of which you can get other, like, all of which is kind of, arguably useless. Gems? No, not really. Other mega bosses. Most people aren't going to be able to grind for mega bosses. Yeah, it unlocks the ability for you to go ahead and grind a final boss for dev classifieds, but most people aren't going to be doing that anyways, even if they have the perk. It's like, yeah, it's helpful, but it's actually not as good as you think it is. That being said, I still think it needs to be nerfed with how it stacks. But yeah. I accidentally got into your server. I was just going to do Shelly. Oh yeah, the funny thing right now, I may have been up to a little bit of shenanigans. But if you look at like the Meta Developer badge on a Ghost Simulator, and I got 2.5%. It's higher. It is literally higher than like Jesse, or I don't know how that compares to Adam. Like, more people have met a developer than have completed Jesse in like the last 24 hours, or however they measure the percent difficulty for obtaining them. It is actually funny. And that is like almost purely my fault. Will I stop? Probably should. I'm probably overexposing you guys to developers. You guys have, like, the community in general has probably seen more about developers in like the last 2 days than they have in the last year or whatever. Between me, Jonas, and Dark Thunder talking in the Discord. But yeah, no, it's easy enough to accidentally join people in Ghost Sim. I'm back. What did you miss? I don't know. You know me rambling about stuff. It's really hard to remember what exactly. I think I'm going to be going a little bit longer than I usually do. Usually I make these streams 3 hours. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to get all the way through Jack, so that should be about 30 more minutes past the end of the stream. Maybe a little bit faster. I think there's one more boss quest though, so not that fast. This should be the vacuum and pack one, which I can already just insta-buy, which is nice. Yeah. No, actually with me doing YouTube and being a developer, that needed dev badge is probably going to be the easiest, like, pretty easy for people to go ahead and get. Like, at some point I am going to stream on my main account, and I am going to go into a public server, and people are going to join me to get the dev badge. But yeah, there's definitely some other cool badges. I think the funniest one right now is Splice. Like, Splice never was considered a difficult badge. But recently with the changes to the ectoplasm stuff, it got like ridiculously hard. I think it's like 2.2 billion gems worth of ecto tokens you need to grind. Which, unlike gems, you can't just grind anywhere. You have to specifically grind those in main hub, which is going to be an issue. It probably needs to be nerfed, honestly. Probably 100. Divide the price by 100 or whatever. Nah. Can we divide it by 10? Yeah, dividing it by 10 seems reasonable. Like, that's still 200 million gems, but, you know, makes it a little bit harder to get still. By the way, what area do you get the goblets? Goblets are from around Yoko, so that top area. All those top area ghosts do drop goblets. Alright, you got Splice Sale. Yeah, that's the thing. Most of the majority of the players right now have the Splice from before the devs did the changes with the boss ectoplasm. So they kind of got grandfathered into this really difficult quest. So instead of it taking 200 billion gems or whatever, or 2 billion gems, they could literally grind it with one ghost or whatever, because of one boss would give them like 1,000 times what they needed. It was kind of funny. I think now though, with the world separate, it makes it a lot easier to balance everything, which is, my goodness, this game would be impossible to balance without that boss ectoplasm change. I am so glad they did that. I'm so glad they did the way they did it too. It's like, I know everyone hated it, but it makes it so much easier to fix everything now. Like, I can just concentrate on fixing main hub balance. And then when I move to Ghost World, I can, like, you know, instead of being like, oh, hey, what am I doing in Ghost World? I could, like, increase the vacuum stats of packs, increase, like, the ectoplasm of ghosts, and, like, independently do that. I think Ghost World would be a little weird with the fact that, you have Run It World after it, so you'd have to kind of balance both of those, but you do all this and it doesn't impact everything else. Like, you can increase the pack size now in Remnant Zone a lot, instead of, like, every time you're increasing it, like, exponentially increasing the amount of ectoplasm you get in main hub. Because of bosses, it can just be, oh, ghosts are more difficult. But yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of it at first, but the changes they made to it afterwards made me like it a lot more. Yeah, I definitely understand why people would not like it. It's really hard to take away from players stuff they had before, and it was a 10x nerf to the amount of gems people could grind, which, you know, is huge. But to put that into perspective, it was like, up until that point, we had a, like, 20, 30, 40x increase, or 100x? Was it 100x? we had a huge like 10x increase to the amount of gems we could grind. That was like unintentional. I think it's actually like 25x. So it was still better than it was before. But yeah, definitely. I feel like communication could have definitely improved that. Like without changing anything in that update. I think if they communicated it better, asked for community feedback, stated the reasons instead of stating it afterwards, in like manners that were kind of more difficult to find. But yeah, no, even with all that, even if they did all that though, it's still really hard to take away people stuff that you gave them. Even if it's strictly speaking just balancing something that they broke in the first place. Even if it was broken recently. Like, that's the thing. When items were broken in backdoor first, my advocation was to, at that time, like 2.5, 3 years ago now, 2 years ago? Anyways, whenever backdoor, like, they increased the items in backdoor, my idea was to increase the items in backdoor, yeah. But nerf, at that same time, the amount of items, like, how item Game Pass and gum stacks. So instead of being all multiplicative like it is right now, where free-to-play people without any gum are at a 10x disadvantage, they'd only be at a 6x disadvantage due to how like additive stacking would have worked. Much easier to balance, and since you were increasing it at the same time, like the people with the Game Pass, whatever, would still be getting the same amount of drops as before. Which, you know, it's still technically taking away something, but since they aren't actually noticing the nerf, since you buffed it at the same time, it wouldn't be as bad. I still think a change like that now would hard to push, but it's a lot easier when you balance everything at one point to nerf stuff. Like, be like, hey, we're adding this new world, we're going to have to nerf this. So like the converter is always being updated after the updates came out. As a specific update, it should be when you add a bonus to it, change the converter numbers around a little bit. But yeah. How do you get the bow thing on the letter C? That is the gum hotkey. You get it from Grand's questline. Anyone want to go shove the wiki link for that in the chat? Basically, it's a permanent perk. Once you complete your quest, you'll permanently have the ability to use the gum hotkey by either clicking on here or pressing T, or pressing it on mobile, or there's probably some button for Xbox. Actually, it might be broken. Who knows at this point. But yeah, makes it so much easier to grind. It is one of the best perks in the game. I am a little bit biased because it was my idea for a perk, though. So, yeah, can't say I'm not biased on that, but, yeah. Basically, like 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, or whatever, when they were adding that, they're like, hey, what are some ideas for superpowers? Yeah. And, just to try to figure out perk ideas, and, apparently that was a good one that they saw. But yeah. Yeah, it does require using a lot of gum. Back when I completed it, I could just go ahead and switch servers, which would completely erase the gum usage. But now with the gum timer savings, you actually have to either use dancing gum, which has a 30-second lifetime, or just use gum while you're grinding, like loot gum or whatever. You're going to use enough of it naturally without actually grinding anything specifically, but you're going to actually get there without actually even realizing it. Like on this account, for instance, I never really had to use gum specifically to get Grand's Quest. I just kind of got it. But yeah. That didn't actually link, but copy and paste that, well, yeah. Yeah, I think sharing the wiki is probably the best way to answer. I might be a little bit biased, as the head admin on the wiki. But like, if you can tell people, okay, it's like that analogy. Give a man a fish and you'll feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll feed himself forever or whatever, for a lifetime. If you just tell people answers, yeah, it helps them in the instance, and I think there is a place for that, especially for some of the more complicated answers that you can't find on, like, the wiki. I mean, here, it's like, you know, it's kind of hard to figure out what this actually is and find it. That being said, this might not be the best analogy, but, like, if people ask about something and you answer with the wiki link and include, like, what your text, then you then go find the wiki, figure out what to do, how to find the information there, and then, you know, I don't know, that's my opinion. Again, I'm a lot biased because I am an admin on the wiki, so I know how the wiki works in the first place. I can probably navigate the wiki almost the best, so I'm not having issues finding the page I'm looking for. I'm either searching, I know everything, not everything, but, you know, I know a lot more about it than most people do, and yeah, but, other than that, you know, it's a pretty good source of information. If I can get on my Xbox, I can see if the perk's broken. I actually think, from what I've heard, that they actually made sure that perk actually worked, for the Xbox. That being said, Xbox stuff in general, isn't a priority, unfortunately, in this game. Same with mobile. Like, it is something that is part of something that's tried to optimize for and make sure stuff works for. But every once in a while, something will slip through the cracks, and Xbox will just be broken for a certain feature until someone reports it and complains. Oh, 40 purple note ghosts? Really? I don't want to. Alright, but yeah, this quest should be done in about another 10 minutes. Hardest thing for me is waiting for the pages to load. If you make an account, I know making an account, again, goes back to, like, the joining Discord thing I said earlier. Making an account for something is, like, actually annoying and an inconvenience, and I'm not going to do it for everything I use. Like, what's a good example? Like, for instance, I'm not going to go creating, or I don't want to go create an account to download a single sound file for this one thing I'm trying to do for YouTube or whatever. I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, sometimes, like, oh yeah, if you have an account, you get all these features and you don't, like, no ads. You won't get any ads on any pages other than the main pages of wikis if you use your account, a fandom account. You can use ad blockers-ish, I think, on fandom. I don't know the exact rules on that in terms of fandom. I don't know if they actually allow you to use it. But it isn't like it'll lag out the video you're watching really badly like it will here on YouTube. But yeah. Jax is annoying. Yeah, Jax is a pretty bad quest. It's actually a lot better doing it the second time. The first time through is a lot worse. But yeah, there's a lot of quests like Jax. Jesse is a good example. Very annoying quests that serve very little reward, and that's what makes this challenge actually difficult in a sense, is all these super long quest lines. That I have to do, whereas on a normal playthrough, no one's touching Jax unless they want the pet or they're going for 100% game completion. Which, spoiler alert, right now actually takes this unboxing Sandstorm, so if you guys want to go ahead and get 100%, in addition to the starter pack that you have to buy, you also have to go ahead and unbox a Sandstorm somehow. So yeah, definitely balanced 100% game completion right at the moment. In all honesty, it should get removed next update, but I found it funny that Sandstorm actually counts for game completion percent. Do you lose/make any money on fandom? No. Fandom doesn't actually take any money. It is literally all free to use stuff. I just spend a lot of time. And no, the thing about the wiki, not many people understand this about a wiki. The wiki is a community creation. So anyone, doesn't matter if they're staff or not, can go ahead and edit the wiki. Me as a head admin, I'm not the owner of the wiki. I don't like have overarching control over the wiki, although I kind of do. I just get to manage a lot of the bigger stuff on it, do bigger projects, make consensus on like how to format pages. That's like my responsibilities. But no, anyone else can go ahead and edit a page. You want you want like the pet page to be a little bit more organized. You can go organize it. You guys can move stuff around, make tables, add information to specific pages. Anyone can do that. It's a community run server. It's a community thing. So no single people have sole responsibility for some pages. If you see a page is missing, or like you created a concept, I think is the big one. You can go add the fact that you created that concept. Stuff like that. Yeah, I am responsible for more of it, and if you guys want me to, I will go edit that information. I will go fix pages. But I'm not the only person that can do that, and that's seeing the wiki. Don't attribute like all the stuff on the wiki to me. It's other people. It's the community. It's no specific person's thing. I guess I'm trying to say. But yeah. Don't forget getting all 5 dev causes. No, actually, interesting, Rich. That part of the index doesn't actually count for game completion percent. I know that's technically like classified information in the fact that like I figured that out from looking at the source code of the game, but people already knew that you didn't need that for 100% game completion. Someone actually reached out to me when and they tried it out. They got everything I did except for the dev classifieds, and got 100% game completion, so it was known that we didn't need dev classifieds for that. But yeah, no, nothing in the Bloxbyte HQ index actually counts for game completion percent. So you don't need to worry about completing that thing if you're working on getting 100% game completion. No need to grind the final boss. I don't know about Grade Guardian. I didn't check that part out. You might still have to do that. I need to add that. Someone remind me, Deadbolt, can you ping me after, I'll remember. If I forget, if you can ping me after stream and remind me about Remnant, boss stuff, I need to add something to developer, lists, for next update. But yeah. What's the best way to grind gems? There's 2 answers to this question. One, if you're new to the game, you're not maxed out, the best way is going to be going to Ice Cave, all those areas in the back, in the last parts of main hub, and grinding as many ghosts as you can there, and then after a while selling with your best X gum. Using your best pets, get as good pets as you can, and then do that strategy for as much ectoplasm, and then sell that ectoplasm for ecto tokens and convert it to gems. If you're maxed out at the end of the game, then it actually comes better to grind in Backdoor or Remnant Zone. But that does require having better pet stats, having more gum, because you're going to be actively using the gum versus being able to store up and just use 1 gum to sell like an hour of work, versus you have to use 30 gums to do an hour of grinding. And really you just grab as many ghosts from the end of the area as possible, and sell it all with X gum. And yeah, get as good as pets as you can. Sometimes it's better to go ahead and get some lucky cats. If you don't have at least lucky cats and stats, they're pretty easy to grind. I have a guide on how you can do them, which I have 0 plans of patching, so don't worry about that. But yeah, yeah, antenna level 20. Then go ahead and grind the end of main hub in the ice cave specifically. You'll want to focus. Grab all the ghosts there. Grab ghosts from beach. Grab ghosts from the underwater area. And maybe the volcano if you have time. But anyways, all you is grab as many high health ghosts as you can there. Sell it all with XCOM. I know I really, my video on this is horrible. I honestly wouldn't recommend watching my videos for how to grind gum. Or grind gems, grind gum. They're all kind of out of date. Like overcomplicated stuff like that. I'm sorry guys. Some of the videos I make are really good quality. I think my first unboxing a classified video was like, I don't know how that was that good, but it was really good. And then after that, like a lot of my guides go downhill, and then sometimes I have good ones, and then other times they just make no sense. Well, thank you, Deadpool. I just need to be reminded that the Remnant crate exists. Add those to it, to something, because if I remember correctly, they aren't in the journal. If I remember correctly, yeah, they aren't. Cool. Yeah, and eventually, the funny thing, right now I'm in, like, I haven't got too much, like, there's questions I have about, like, developing on Ghost Simulator still. So, right now I'm in a look but don't touch mode on the development process. So, a lot of stuff I'm like, oh wait, I need to change that, but I can't quite yet because I don't know if I do this, will it break things yet? I'm fairly sure I know what I should do, but it's one of those things where I kind of should ask before I start making edits to everything, just in case. It's not exactly what I expect, and by doing what I would think, I end up causing game-altering issues. But yeah. Well, that's interesting. Nothing from Bloxbite HQ counts towards index. Well, that saves me time from finding someone to do a swap trade with static phase. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It definitely, even when I was doing my 100% game completion stuff, I was saying during it that I didn't know if dev classifieds counted. Like it's just one of those things that no one really goes for 100%, and literally no one is going to go test every single thing and see what's required for 100% and what isn't. Yeah, it's. I think it's not super secret for me to share stuff like, yeah, you don't need to do Bloxbite HQ. But yeah, glad that information helps. Honestly, I think the game does need to be a little bit more transparent with some of the stuff. I would like the game to be more transparent with like percentages of stuff, like specifically rare stuff percentages. This is stuff I'd have to ask about if I can reveal it, but not going to change the game at all to know like what the exact chance of getting a dev classified is. It's not going to change anything, I think, on like how often you get it. It'll just be like, oh, that's cool, more than anything else. So yeah, it saves people time if people do know those numbers, because instead of spending time trying to figure out those numbers, they can use those numbers and figure out how much they need to grind. I have the classified pet and board badges, but I never opened a classified in my life. Interesting. Yeah, sometimes the badges do have a little bit weird inconsistencies. I know specifically for some of the developer quest lines, for instance, people complain about never getting the actual badge from it for whatever reason, and like sometimes you have to rejoin for it to actually apply, and it just will show up randomly. I know for some of the stuff like the flameboard and skateboard and whatever, right when you log in on an account, you'll actually get like some of those, or you used to or whatever. For whatever reason, they just got instantly counted for like new players who joined the game, which was kind of weird. So yeah. Obtained your second Monster Mushy. Nice job. I'm assuming you're watching the stream while unboxing. I know I've heard that that's actually something people enjoy doing, and I mean, I do that the same when I'm doing other stuff. Honestly, it's good to hear that you're getting lucky with it. I know 2 other people that were unboxing earlier did not have any luck with it, which is, it's really sad to see people not have luck with those crates. It's kind of like, you wish it was like on average, you get it at the exact average point for it. So instead of one person having 5 in their first 10 billion, and 3 other people not getting any in like 300 billion, it's like, you know, everyone gets it after 40 billion or whatever. But yeah, it's unfortunately how it is. Anyways, that is our last difficult quest for Jack's done, so I'll be wrapping up the stream really quick. I don't know if I have any last comments. Oh yeah, I should hopefully in the next stream be able to really quickly get through Fern, Associate, Riley, and Gatekeeper. So next stream we should be moving on to Backdoor, I think. But yeah, we're making quite a bit more progress than I was expecting. This stream was a lot more fun than I was expecting too. But yeah, hopefully in the next update, I should have an update video. So if anyone's interested in that, developer's perspective on the update coming up, I'll be going ahead and sharing that video. Anything else I'm thinking? I don't know. There's always a lot that I forget to say during these stuff. I don't know what exactly to say. Like, you know, like and subscribe. I don't know. Honestly, I hate saying subscribe to my channel. That's why I always make jokes about it instead. I don't know. It's subscribing is like one of those things, like joining. I know I covered this earlier, like joining groups or whatever, creating an account. It feels annoying to do, and so to have someone ask you to do it, like, oh yeah, please create an account. Please join this Discord. It's just, I don't know. It feels wrong to do that. And it annoys. I feel like it annoys people. Oh, we should probably do Dylan at some point. Yeah, okay. Maybe we won't be moving into Backdoor next stream. But yeah, it feels annoying to make, so I try not to do it. But, you know, obviously, if you guys are watching my channel, I definitely have the right to tell you guys to. Oh yeah, go subscribe. Because you know, you guys are here already. I have your attention. Took 45 billion gems for the second one. Actually, that's not bad. I think it's what, like 40 billion almost exactly for on average. I think a little bit less, a little bit more. I can't remember. I think it's a little bit less than 40 billion. So not much, that much over. Enjoy the rest of the week if I don't watch you. Yeah. Yeah, I probably will have a stream or video on the Minecraft realm later this week. Nothing that people watching me for Ghost Simulator care about too much. You can definitely tell, like, there are people, I can definitely tell there's people in, like, YouTube where it's like, yeah, they watch me because it's me, which is, like, kind of weird in its sense, where it's like, oh, yeah. I don't know. People watching me to watch me is, I don't know. It's, I understand it, and it's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. But it's also kind of, like, weird because it's like, it feels like I don't need to make good content if they're watching me for me. which is not something I like the idea of. And then if like they're watching me for like the game I play, it's also at the same time it's like, oh wow, do you actually care about me at all? And it's like, obviously doesn't matter at all. Like, if I'm making content for Ghost Simulator, I don't care if you guys care about what me personally. If you guys are watching, it's just kind of a, oh, city, I think that's in the lobby if I remember correctly. But it's just one of those things that I do think about every once in a while. If there was a pity system in the game, so many items would be devalued. Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think a pity system is sometimes too nice. Okay, we're using a glitchy bunny gum. Please tell me I have a glitchy bunny gum. I do have a glitchy bunny gum. I have a lot of glitchy bunny gum. Well, I have a lot of glitchy X gum too. It's really nice to know. Not that I'm like using it, but like, yeah. No, I think if you are going to create a pity system, you make it actually like a tough pity system. Like, you don't make it be like, oh yeah, every certain amount of crates are guaranteed a classified, or no, not like, you don't make it like every 100,000 crates or whatever are guaranteed a classified, because that is just on average what you're going to be spending anyways. You make it a lot harder than that. Instead of every 100,000, it's like every 500,000. So, you know, you can go a lot, but there's a certain point where it's, instead of, it doesn't devalue it, because most of them that you'll unbox, like, I don't know. Actually, what is that percentage? Like 99% of, I don't ever remember where that ring is actually located, so it was actually pure luck that we actually stumbled across it. 99% of them are actually unboxed naturally. It's just for that 1% of cases where people are getting a really bad unlucky streak, they know that there's somewhere eventually that they'll get it. Like, it cuts down on that unlucky, really bad feelings. I think with Ghost Simulator specifically, I don't think a pity system's like, I don't think it's needed in a game. I just understand why you'd want it. Like, it really does tamp down on that negative experience of players of unboxing forever and not getting it. Every unboxing player has encountered this, where it's like, they spend they spend 3, 4, 10 times the cost of the average to get one, and they still don't have it, even though they're just constantly grinding and everyone else is getting it, and you're in such a bad mood and everyone else is just memeing on you because that's what the community does when you're getting unlucky. I saw a sheep the other day on that realm. And no, they do spawn naturally, it's just you can't have too many of them. No, they will. They will spawn. I saw sheep over in the other area. You guys can find them. You guys are just, I wouldn't say being lazy about it, but you just don't have enough of the correct biomes unlocked. Anyways, we are done with Jax for the second time. Actually not that bad of a quest line. I was actually not expecting this entirely done today. We've got so much more done today than I was expecting to stream. But yeah, that will be it for today's stream. You know, I think I've already covered everything I want to outro, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and say bye and end it. Unless, like, someone says something, unless I remember anything, like, I should say. Oh, I should definitely say this. Can you guys, like, kindly lower your expectations for the updates with me as a developer? I feel like I've accidentally rose people's expectations for the updates on Ghost Sim way too high. So, you know, if you could all, like, consciously bring them down a little bit, that would be nice. it'll make it so that I can release updates that, you know, if you guys aren't expecting everything good, when I do deliver it, it would be so much better. But if I do deliver it, yeah, no. Other than that, I think that'll be it for this video. Oh yeah, Monster Mushy. That's a really good classified. Like, people always ask, like, what is the new classified? And it's like, people, Tsunami is the one that constantly gets suggested. I think I had a decent idea of a geode at some point for a classified. But yeah, and like, all these ideas, and then it actually comes down and be like, oh wait, this is actually a much better thing that no one's thought about yet. It's just kind of crazy how that works, where it's like, there's so much in this game that's unexplored and that no one has any idea about. But yeah, that'll be it for this stream. Hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully I can continue making a stream and a video every week like I said I would at the beginning of the year. Yeah. See you guys if I do make a video this week. Hopefully I do. Anyways, bye.